there we go. Unexpected victorious Tornado Energy.
2016 Wargaming.net League World Champions.
Good evening and welcome to the EU Wargaming.net League Season 2. My name is Ektar, I'm joined today with Dekilazor and we're looking forward to 2 matches tonight. Hopefully as exciting as what we had last night.
Yeah, we're just not going to try to predict them because that's not going to work out. From now on, we're just going blind because with this league, you don't know anymore who's going to beat who on what day. So there's no point predicting it anymore.
It's insane. The only thing you can say is an almost certainty now.
Somebody's going to win.
If you beat Ding, you will lose your next match. It's happened to every team so far now. 4 teams have done it, 4 teams have then lost their next match.
You're seeing things where there is nothing, Ryan. Don't worry.
It's a pattern. It's a pattern, Decky.
The Illuminati.
Patterns within patterns.
The Illuminati, yes.
Yep. Now, that had an effect on the standings last night as well, and we see an unusual leader at the top of the table. It's Kaznakru.
Well, yeah, Kaznakru is currently sitting on that #1 position, but keep in mind, Gohard only having 7 matches. If they win today, that puts them above Kaznakru by 2 points, depending on what manner they win. If it's a tiebreaker, they'll be 2 points ahead, but you know, they can even that out, but after that, it's very close between everybody. I mean, almost everybody's played 8 times, only Gunrunners played 9 times so far. Oops. Still missing 2 matches. They're going to play 1 today as well. If they pick up both those matches, that would put them on 14 points, even with Ding.
Yes, I mean, it's so difficult to predict. So difficult to predict. I've given up doing it now, pretty much. I mean, you can give predictions based on past performance, but even then, that's not really a guide to how things are going to go right now, is it?
Not really, because you never know. Like, literally, with these teams, you never know. Gunrunners got slapped by everybody throughout the entire season, and then they beat Ding, and then they beat Kazna. So, you know, too easy, road to grand finals.
I mean, realistically, to the teams that you would expect would be potentially the most difficult to beat. Ding being one of the strongest.
With the most experience to be able to deal with a team that comes in fresh. Apparently not.
Schooled by the newbies. Now let's have a look at the schedule for the 2 matches we have lined up for you guys this evening. Starting off, we have Isuba versus Gohard, and then we have Oops versus Ding.
Well, if you remember from round robin 1, Isuba beat Gohard and Oops beat Ding. So the question is now, will history repeat itself, or are the tables going to be turned? And is Ding going to win, and is Gohard going to win?
Yeah, I mean, Gohard and Ding both have something they need to prove here. And at the same time, Isuba and Oops also have something to prove because they want the points as well. So it's not like an easy...
Everybody wants the points. It's not about that, I mean. But Gohard said playing against the Czech teams is very hard because you can't always expect what they're going to do. The Czech teams themselves, especially Gunrunners, don't even know what they're going to do half the time. They start off with YOLO.
Yep, and just do stuff on the fly using 2 Foshes, for example. Not Fox. Sorry about that. Just got to get that one out there, you know. Foshes. Fosh.
Foch.
No.
I'm
Don't.
staying with Foch.
Don't, Daki. Triggered. Now, the league is not all where the competition is happening at the moment. There's also the Fantasy League, where I am currently beating Daki and Mojo. But will that continue for this weekend? I don't know. Daki has Stefan. You guys can take part. www.eslfantasy. No, that's totally wrong.
www.fantasy.eslgaming.com.
There you go. Daki with the photographic memory. Well played, Daki. Now, are you going to win this weekend?
Well, I mean, technically, if we look at the standings, I'm already winning.
Not really, because the one that matters between me, you, and Mojo. I'm currently leading the way.
That's my charity team.
Let's just have a look here,
That's
Daki.
my charity team.
Me 224, you 265, and Mojo 429. Mojo.
It's okay. It's Mojo is the biggest charity.
Mojo is a very.
You know, all that's going to happen
guy,
in the end of the day is I'm going to point at that team that's currently sitting in the top 20 and say, that's mine.
But it doesn't matter. You're still not beating Wojtek either. Wojtek, our lead admin, is currently, I believe, 4th place right now. Team Demski.
And he picked Enrico yesterday, which
he has some kind of creepy, mystery, magical ball who he's getting predictions from.
Yep.
But that's fantasy. Let's talk about right now, Daki. Isuba versus Gohard. It's going to be a hell of a match, I think, right now. I mean, Isuba, the new team coming up from Silver Series.
Well, it depends. Like they said themselves, after they lose 2 rounds, they seem to kind of turn their brains off. So let's hope Gohard doesn't pick up the first 2. He said that in the interview with you. Now, for player-wise, watching Andrew, Combat, Froley, Protelicek, those kind of players. Protelicek sometimes hits, sometimes miss, sometimes forgets to run. It's one of the 3 things with him. But then, yeah, Combat with the climbs, and Froley, you know, versatile player. He plays tier 10s, he plays the Roo, he plays the Artie. So it's always a question what he's going to be in that today.
Another interesting thing about Isuba that I've noticed is they rotate the players quite a bit throughout the team. They don't have a steady 7 lineup that I've been able to spot throughout the matches he's played so far. We saw CNNK coming in yesterday, I believe, playing
I
on
guess
the
it
mouse.
has things to do with like if people are available or not, because they generally stick to the same 7, 8. They sometimes make small changes. Perhaps if somebody's not available, we've seen it with Oops as well. When somebody's not available, somebody else steps in. So there's that, and it's good having a little bit extended lineup just for that reason.
Okay, now they're going to be going up against Gohard. Now, Gohard, mixed fortunes last season. They were a team that came up from the Silver Series last season, swapped out a couple of players, but then started off great, but then kind of plummeted near the end, didn't they?
Yeah, they lost in the online qualifier for the offline finals against Oops, but they had a good season. It could have been better, but it was good enough. This season, a lot better. Currently sitting on rank number 2 all around. Seems like a very solid lineup. We haven't seen Crooks play yet so far. I think he's more of a substitute for trainings and such, perhaps, or a manager of that sort. I don't expect him to see him play this season. It's going to be interesting to see. We've seen Scarium now play with the team a little bit because of Gary Barry, obviously a great player for their team, but currently unavailable due to
Vacation. So he's off skiing in the Welsh Alps, I think, at the moment, right now, up in Snowdonia.
The Welsh Alps, yeah.
Yep, I think that's where it is at the moment. Could be wrong. I mean, I'm not sure. Barry hasn't said. But I actually had the chance to speak to Scarium earlier on in the week. So let me just quickly change my hairstyle and shirt, and we'll have a look at that interview. Okay, so Scarium from Gohard, your team at the moment is currently on a 3-match win streak. How confident are you this weekend going up against both Oops and Isuba to maintain that win streak?
So far, first round robin's gone well, except for Isuba and Ding. The Ding result was an expected one, to be fair, unfortunately, as they are a really strong team in this season and probably contenders for first or second, definitely. Against Isuba, it was mostly our playstyle not getting up to speed, you know, playing more on our personal judgment and making tactics before the matches, considering we have a lot more matches. But we've kind of nailed down that play style, considering we're currently first after the first round robin. So with some hope and some luck, we'll be winning against Isuba, hopefully. Against Oops, it'll be a coin toss because as I've seen in the last few in their matches, they can either be really prepared, winning against Ding 5-4, or sometimes failing to show up properly. So I think against Kazna, they lost 5-2. And I would have believed there would be an even match, maybe even going to a tiebreaker. So we'll have to see how the matches go in the weekend. But I'm feeling pretty confident about Isuba, and we'll just have to see about Oops, how they prepare and how they show up.
Okay, now, last season when Daki was speaking to Niall was really confident about the team's performance and said that the goal was to win the league. Now, last season, sadly, you weren't able to make playoffs, being defeated by Utopia. How much more closer are you this season to achieving that goal?
This season has gone a lot better than the first one, but considering we're still in the first third, our first season, the first sort of half or so, also went really well. We've had a win streak of about six or seven matches or something of the sort. It's a bit too early to tell, but to be fair, I think we're doing a lot better than we were for the first season, considering we've beat some of the teams that beat us in the first season, for example, Oops and Utopia, and Swift even. But unfortunately, as Swift has been disqualified, that doesn't count anymore.
Okay, now, final question. Your team has a mix of mainly English-speaking players and then mainly Russian-speaking players as first language. How easy or how difficult is the comms in the heat of the battle?
I personally haven't had much experience with the comms during the battles, during all the battles, because I've only participated in the GRS and Utopia matches. But I have been training with them before these matches just to prepare myself, as I've had quite a long break from the game. It's true that Maga, Collapse, and Zafar do talk in Russian amongst themselves, just trying to sort out tactics and reactions, but Zafar, they all speak English really well, and when Zafar makes an order clear, he makes it clear in English. And if any of us ever doubt, any of the orders and such, and we ask him, is this good, or should we do this? Should we do X, Y, or Z? He will explain it in proper English. So it doesn't ever get confusing, unlike what we've seen currently on the stream with our TS being broadcast.
Okay, cool. Well, best of luck for your team this weekend and hope you do well.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Daki, I think he actually sounds a bit like Carrie Barry.
No, nobody sounds like Carrie Barry. Carrie Barry got the voice of an angel,
The voice of an angel.
the eyes of I don't know. I don't know what to say.
That was a well thought out statement there you were
I
coming in
was,
with.
I was trying to make it on the move, like
The
voice
eyes of an angel.
the eyes of a goddess.
Goddess? Why not a god? It's Carrie Barry.
Well, cup of pride.
Wow, Daki. I just realised as well that Scario seemed to be wearing a bathrobe during the entire interview. Man's just chilling out, no problem, just lazing about.
Chillax.
It's no cosplay like Niall. It's not quite the same Go Hard interview.
You like cosplay, don't you?
I like cosplay, yeah, I do. I like Niall's Men in Black one. Now, Daki, map picks. Let's have a look and see what we're going to be playing on today and actually what order they're going to be.
Well, today we have 4 maps and a tiebreaker. No surprise there.
Well spotted, Daki. You're getting better.
Thanks, man. I'm trying to learn from you, but first up it's Prokhorovka. That is going to be a slow map between these two. Both of them Gohard having good stats in it, but Suba have only played it a few amount of times, like 3 times, and they still haven't been able to win on the attack. So curious there. And then Himmelsdorf again. It's a good map for Gohard. It's their most played map 14 times. It's Suba only having 17% win ratio on the defense, even though they've played it 12 times. So
That's not a very good win ratio for playing it 12 times, is it?
No, it's not. So it's going to be interesting to see, because if Gohard win 1 map to 0.
Now, the thing is, it's quite interesting. Here's Gohard have been very interesting so far this season with being innovative. By being innovative and actually just having very good coordinated play as well.
Just wait till next batch, and then
Even
more
stuff.
More innovative.
More mouse, more T95s.
T95s, Type 5s rolling off the hill.
E3s. That'll be interesting. And it'll be not long till we get the light
It'll
tanks
be
as well.
meme-tastic.
Meme-tastic. Interesting. I wonder if meme runners will get in on the fun or not.
Well, they're already on their road to grand finals, so.
Indeed, indeed. Okay, so first we're going to be starting on Prokhorovka. How do you see Prokhorovka going, Daki?
Well, because of the stats here, you have to give it to Gohard.
Purely on a statistical basis, you're going for
well,
Gohard?
for one, Isuba didn't play it much, and when they played it, they weren't good on it. That kind of says,
Okay, but stats so far have shown us proven to be wrong so far this league, just going by stats.
I'm sticking with the stats. The stats you can trust.
Okay, that's a fair point. Now let's have a look at the lineups going into the first round here, Prokhorovka, where we're going to see Gohard on the defense and Isuba are going to be on the attack. Gohard are going to be red side, Isuba are going to be blue side. Now Isuba, Daki, going with triple IS7.
Isuba with triple IS7 here on the attack. That kind of says one of 2 things. Either they go eastern side, we've seen it previous season with Oops. They already did that once. They go towards the east side of the map and try to play from there. Or they can put 2 IS7s in the middle with 1 IS7 going down the 1-2 line. Now Gohard with an artillery piece that could work against the classic A6 position trap we've seen now, because it can dig it out. It could go towards, they're on the defense, never mind. RT can work for the resets. That's what I wanted to say. They don't really have to commit towards the Asian side because they have the RD, but they have to make sure that, you know, they don't put all their eggs in one basket. Because if you just rely on that RT to reset, we have seen it where he gets one reset and then there's nothing. There's nobody else, no secondary plan.
Misses if the second one, or he's the only one who can do it, and then nobody else is nearby being able to do anything. Yes. Now, Gohard with the multiple back chats, quite fluid and being able to rotate and stuff. We've seen a lot of defensive teams, for example, parking S-tanks on the end of the, is it 1-2 line?
Yeah, there's behind a bush there. I mean, it kind of says that they are not going to go super... I mean, they can do either thing. They can still defend 1-2 line with bad shots. It can still work. You don't really need an S-tank for that. It just adds DPM. So they can sit in 1-2, but they can also go towards the eastern side, still defend from there, take the zero line aggressive with their bad shots, play from there while move forward, take the rails under their control. And then with the RT, you can push the heavies back over the rails towards the June and reset with RT. That makes it so you don't actually have to peek over and reset.
Okay, well, it looks like everyone is ready to go now. So let's jump into round one here. It's Gohard versus Yusuba, and it's going to be on Prokhorovka.
Prokhorovka, one of the first maps in the game. Teams start at the regular spawn points as they do in standard battles. Bases are separated from each other by the railway, so the defending team has to choose whether to send their vehicles to the left side, playing them in the centre, or to the right of the railway, occupying the hill and a part of the village. The attacking team usually attacks the first base. However, the teams often go for face-to-face confrontations, 7-on-7, in the hilly terrain at the centre. That's why both teams frequently use vehicles with good gun depression angles and sturdy turrets.
And things are kicking off here. Gohard defending on the red side with Isuba on the blue side attacking. And Isuba look to be going mainly here for the 1-2 line, Daki.
Yeah, let's say they can go 1-2 line with that lineup. They'll be sending combat towards the middle and Gohard here. It's not a real surprise that they are going towards that eastern side. They're leaving just Coca Collapse in his I-7 behind the bushes. Obviously behind the bushes he won't be able to get spotted, heavy tank or not. With the rest of the tank going towards the eastern side. Jukets needs to be careful not to get caught out, but he will be pretty safe. And as predicted, Gohard going aggressive towards the zero line to clear it out quickly. And they have RT that will be able to reset the base.
Just realised again, Daki, that actually Scarium's in the lineup once again. I actually
Yeah,
thought
Barry's not
Caribay
back. He's
still
not
not
back
back.
yet. No.
It's an impressive holiday the lad's taking.
Yeah, it seems like in the most extended holiday of his life, but be the last one as well if he doesn't perform after that. But Failware, Nile, Maga taking the hill quickly. As predicted, they're going to clear out the zero line because the attackers sometimes like to leave a batch in H0 or K7K towards the rails. Collapse now getting spotted out. It's not an issue. I mean, with the RT, they'll be able to get the reset shots without Collapse having to commit, and we've seen what happens when the I7 does have to commit. He gets pretty wrecked by RT, Gorillas with HG, even Gorillas spanning them. All that matters for him is that he can stay safe as long as possible. He needs to take as little damage as he can before Isuba makes their move onto the cap, because Isuba has their RT of their own. If EDT can get better connections than Zafar can, then they lose that I7. And they need to send in their E5, and you don't want to lose that I7 because then you can get shot from two sides.
And this is what I mean by this map ending up going from north-south to east-west. Now the teams have completely given up the north-south approach and they're going to be going at each other across the map rather than up and down the map. It's very strange, this the way it always happens here on Prokhorovka. No other map really has a dynamic like that.
Not really. EDT makes off a shot, connects actually, and that's going to hurt for Collapse already.
Dead driver already. Normally that only happens when the IS gets shot and the I7 gets shot in the face because it's one of the weak spots everyone aims for. He has healed his driver straight away, so he's down a medipack. In return though, Isuba has damage onto Overus and Frawley. Overus actually got ammo rack there and repaired it immediately.
Yeah, Frawley took a lot of damage crossing Failware, overextending just a little bit, takes the connection from combat from the back. Now there will be a double I7 on the cap, and this starts becoming an issue if Zafar misses one shot. Right now, with two guys in the cap, 44 seconds left. If he can get the first reset kind of early, he will be able to reload for the second reset. There we go, that's the first reset. It goes back up to 50 seconds. If he now can reset Frawley with just two guys on the cap, he'll be able to reset. Now the question is if EDT can connect with Collapse again, make him low HP, so the I7s can do something against him. But for now, they're just sitting on this cap, and I don't know if this is going to be the best play for Isuba, because this RT piece from Zafar, it's reloaded, it's only 26 seconds, and He needs to spot now onto Froley.
This is Zafar's point of view we're seeing at the moment. He's going to get the shot onto Overus, knows exactly where it is. Comes in, 460 damage into the rear. Tracks him as well, so he can't move. So
he needs to reset Froley now. Because next time he resets Overus, the time will be too low for him to reload. But
Scarium pushing over here to try and get vision for his team. Takes a lot of damage in the crossing. Combat now gets a damaged gun. In the meantime, Scarium needs to do a spot for his team to be able to show where the other tank is. Froley is spotted now with the combined effort of Scarium and Coca-Cola. But Combat gets the kill on Scarium there, shooting out from the I-7. But look at the damage on Froley. Dead driver, dead gunner, and tracked as well. That was a great shot.
Yeah, that was RT coming in. Scarium there, you could see him swing the turret to the side to look towards Froley, and at that exact moment the E5 turret on the side becomes pennable because it's too pointed towards the wrong side. It got penned by the grill, it got penned by the I-7. That's him dead, and with 22 seconds left, Zafar, it's back on him.
Coca-Cola might take a big shell here from EDT. Shots fired. Nope, that's a miss as the cameraman shakes his head there, not being able to see a nice hit coming. Overus taking more damage now, down to 391 health. Froley is not looking good at all there with the dead driver and dead gunner.
I think that was EDT shaking his gun. That's what I would do when I would miss like that.
How can Isuba come back from this one, Daki?
I don't think this is a good situation for them whatsoever. You can see Nile and Failware here just covering if anybody tries to push over into Collapse. And now Collapse just needs to spot Froley, and then Zafar misses. Now there needs to be a reset.
Okay, that's bad because we're down now to 10 seconds. I wonder if anyone can rush in. No, it's not possible for the Caps. So you see Lukin's perhaps thinking about it. Down to 6 seconds as well. Now Maga and Failware and Annihilator coming rushing in here in the middle. There's the reset coming in. The Bad Chaps are just going to throw themselves at the tanks of Isuba as Maga gets the kill on Froley. Overus can go down now as Annihilator and Maga are trying to vie for shots, get him. And Maga with the 2 kills here now. Annihilator's going to push forward and see who he can find from Isuba. And this looks like it might be the beginning of the end now for Isuba.
Just about, perhaps if RT can get a big connection in here, but Zafar picks up combat and that will be closing, and it's should. Nile goes down, but they have no heavy tanks left that can take the front. UCats needs to reload, but it's still the fact that Failware and Collapse are kind of stuck in that area, and they still have 4 minutes to work with EDT. They pretty much know where everybody except for Kaizu is, and EDT just fired. Only 174 onto Coco Collapse, and they need that RT piece to kill something. He's even spotted.
EDT might go down in just a second here. Zafar could even potentially get a shot over to him, but it looks like Maga is going to come off reload and go hunting for him. Lukin is nearby, but I mean, this is goodbye Arte right now as Maga picks up his 3rd kill of the round. Takes some damage back in return for Lukin, but now he can actually trade with Lukin if he wanted to at the moment, and that's exactly what's going to happen here between these bat chats.
And Maga winning this trade so far. I mean, Lukin had the surprise, but Maga with the nice connections. And actually, it's the first time Lukin connected him since he was in that hold down. He got one shot coming over, and Maga, nice trade there, wins it. Now Kaizu, Andrew, trading with Andrew, and UCAT's the last man standing.
Maga now on 4 kills as we're rounding this one out. UCATS is the last one standing for his team. Go Hard are just on cleanup duty here, and this is going to be round 1 to Go Hard. Isuba had a plan, but it just sadly just couldn't come together for them.
Isuba, weird approach to that round there, just sitting against RT. It wasn't really ever going to work out for them. It's like there was one opportunity there, and I think it was after they killed Scarium. I think after they killed Scarium, Scarium made a misplay there. He should never turn his turret like that.
Yeah.
I think they had one opportunity after they killed Scarium. They think they should have pushed over almost with 1 or 2 bat shots on towards Coca Collapse and kill him. Because now they were just sitting with 2 I-7s against an RT piece that kept resetting them, and you could see even when the reset didn't come in, the bat shots got in just in time to clean up the I-7s, and there was nobody really there in the support. I think if they took the opportunity after Scarium killed Coca Collapse and then sit on the cap, then Gohard would have to push in with their bat shots and commit to reset, and it might have gone completely different. But just sitting on the cap with 2 I-7s, not really going to work out.
Yeah, the artillery pieces for each team certainly had very different impacts in the battle.
EDT had almost no impact. I think he did 1 shot of damage during that entire round.
And the counter,
Zafar did
in control,
2.4,
yeah.
I think.
Complete control.
Somewhere like that.
It was easy in a way for Zafar as well, because I-7s were barely moving from where they were.
But Zafar has an elevated position as well from where he was shooting, so the ridge line becomes less of an issue because he's already higher up, so he gets a better arc onto the I-7s from Isuba than EDT has, because EDT is on a lower elevation than Zafar.
And Maga as well had a hell of a game to start off with. 4 kills and a truck ton of damage.
Well, all I care about is Annihilator performing.
Failware for me personally, but let's have a look at stats and see where they were on the list, Daki. Maga coming out in top there. None of our boys getting on the front page. Yep, Zafar, 3rd place there in the Lorraine. He was having a field day there. And Maga with the carry, effectively, for his team. 3k damage.
Do I have anybody else from Gohard on my team? I'm thinking.
I'll have a check for you.
I think I actually
right
might
now.
have. I'm
you
not sure.
have, no, Annihilator in this round. And then the next one you'll have Mayland. And
Oh, Nile did 1.2, Failware did 1.5. I think I have Failware actually on the other team. I do.
Copying my tactics, eh? It's just Failware above Annihilator.
Yeah, I have him on the other team with Nile.
Okay. Well, that's him above Nile, so... Nile not getting into the damage again. Perhaps he can do it in the next round.
These IS7s from Isuba didn't get the damage shot either. Needed the RT 927.
Yeah.
I think that was the one one connection onto Coca Collapse, a full one for 700 something.
I think
and then one splash onto Coca Collapse.
I think that actually was EDT doing the
yeah, because
for the
he didn't
shot.
hit anything. He must have gone at least 2-3 shots. So
yeah. Well, let's have a look at the lineups for round 2 and see if there's any surprises here that we can see in the teams. Looks pretty standard to me. S-Tank on defense for Isuba. Yeah. Anything surprising for you, Daki?
Not necessarily. I mean, they have RT on defense, but the S-Tanks, it kind of begs the question, are they going to go...
It's going to be A1.
Is it going... No, actually, with RT not having the T-Rate Scout, they could still go towards the eastern side, but then it depends where they're going to use the S-Tank, and that's going to be the curious factor for me here, because with you have to commit a batch shot into the bushes, which you don't always want to.
Okay, so let's jump into round 2 here. Prokhorovka, Gohard leading Isuba 1-0. Are Gohard going to make it 2-0, or will Isuba bring it back to 1-1? We'll find out in just a second, but we do have a little bit of a whoopsie with the camo. So as you can see here, this is not Isuba, this is actually Gohard. Now we go back to Gohard camo. Do apologise for that.
And double I7 from Gohard driving towards the middle, no surprise. And they're actually going to defend 1-2 line with that RT as well. Okay, let's see if EDT can actually do something. So they committed overroofs to the bushes, but the rest of Gohard already going very, very aggressive on towards that eastern side. And let's see, did they get spotted? No, they didn't. So they might be able to get a quick cap here. Quick cap even here.
They're going in for a cap rush on base 2. That could be quite interesting. Combat and UK's there, advanced up as Coca-Cola comes over the hill here. Looking at the viewpoint from Zafarchek, sitting behind a little hut where Positive got so annihilated before in the previous match. Now, UKS actually took a bit of damage come over the hill. It looks like it was actually a shot from Coca-Cola.
Well, Isuba has to commit now onto the 1-2 line because Combat here is not in the greatest positions. He will almost certainly get pushed by 3 bad shots from the Gohard side, and they need to kill this middle. They need to Cascarium, they need to Coca Collapse because Combat, he is 100% dead.
He's dead, he just doesn't know it yet. Now, how much damage can Isuba do in counter once the push comes from Gohard over this train track? It's going to be Failware and Maga leading the push. Now, what covering fire do they have as Ukets pulls himself back in cover and Isuba are way down the other side. So, Combat, this is the beginning of the end for you, mate, as you go down in a blink of an eye. One more shot goes. Maga picking up the kill, and he's doing great for himself. But in return, Coca-Cola gets dropped for Gohard. So it's IS7 for IS7 at the moment.
Yeah, but still, Isuba was kind of a little bit slow with that because now the bad shots will go back over the rails for limited damage, almost none actually. Cap has started and Skyrim survived, which is a big factor because he will control the middle and force them to come back and commit. He'll do damage on the way like he's just saw onto Lukin, and there's going to be triple cap pressure any second now. And most of Gohard tanks know the north is not an issue, so they will just defend the middle, and Isuba's in a terrible position.
Yep, and this is the danger of the map going from north-south to east-west. It means that you effectively give up base 2, and Gohard have done this before. They've completely controlled the action, and that's what's happening at the moment. We're down to 10 seconds now. 3-tank cap. Ukets tries to go over and get a reset. He does get a reset, but the tanks from Gohard push out now because they know that they can take the overmatch into Isuba, and they're looking for a fight, and you can see them all charging down here one after the other.
They're going to catch out Overus now in that batch shot. He is 100% dead. He's a dad. Andrew is dead now as well because he's on reload in his batch shot. And then Lukin is not going to fare much better. And Froley in the S-tank, it's great DPM, but he has so much HP and he's not sharing any of it.
Well, this is it, eSuba. You've been kind of outplayed by Gohard. Gohard are becoming a bit of a masters as this as Annihilator gets dropped by Frawley. There is 4 tanks left of Gohard to 3 tanks left of eSuba, but look in, man, you've only got 1 shot left and then you're dead. Failwares on the reload so far could get him in the back of the RU. You can see another tank hovering over the rails. It looks like Maga wants to get that killing shot as well. A miss from the S-Tank on Zafar, so he's now able to pick up Lukin. Kaizu ramming Frawley there, keeps him tracked, but Frawley repairs immediately. Frawley trying to get a snapshot off and misses. So now it's down to Kaizu. I mean, the front armour of the S-Tank is a swine to get through, but Frawley will swing for a little bit longer, but not much longer. EDT in the artillery is now the only person left, and he misses that last shot there.
Yeah, rip him. He actually, yeah, he did fire. So, yeah, nice stuff there from Gohard. It was obvious to see what they were going to do once they went for it. Skyrim survived even. They went for the cap. They made the Suba commit. The Suba committed like they're supposed to do. And then they got wrecked, and I hope Failware misses the shot.
He got the kill. And he lasted longer than Niall as well, Dake. So we'll have to see damage, though. It doesn't mean he connects with all his shots.
I don't really care because he's in my team as well, but in a different one.
The one that's more important for you as well.
So there's that, but yeah, you could
Dake with the double dip.
Yeah, with the double dip, boys. You could see obviously what happened there. I mean, you could see it as soon as they spotted out where it was Yukets, and they saw combat. They realized the defense from Isuba was postured around 1-2. You could see the Bachas pushing up. They had no idea Isuba how close they were, how far they were. They came over. They killed the IS-7 quickly, and because of all of Isuba's tanks pushing 1-2 and just getting Coca collapse in return, it's not, even though it's a 1-for-1, it's not a favorable trade because you could see Gohard's Bachats all cross back over the top. In return, Isuba's taking damage when they come back towards Skyrim. Sure, he died at one point, but he did more damage when they were coming towards the middle. The Bachas drove back onto the cap. Somebody had to commit to reset. I think that was Yukets. He even committed to reset, died. Then Gohard's like, well, we don't need to cap anymore. Pushes off and kills the remaining tanks. It was solid.
Yeah, I mean, the IS-7 trades for each team was actually in Gohard's favour.
Yeah, because they have cap control. They had already 2 guys on the cap. They
had the cap control. Also gave them information that
nobody was on one.
Near
everybody was on 1-2 on the middle side, so they just drove back towards the middle. They knew they needed nobody in the north.
Kaizu coming out top damage here in his bat chat. 3k damage, 10 kills. Then Maga 2.7.
3k damage, 10 kills. Hello.
Great start. 3k damage, 10 shots. Yes. Hello, Dake. Man, it's not even a start of a long day yet. I just go back to my bed.
Kaizu, how many team kills? That would imply he made 3 team kills.
It's completely possible.
It is completely
Kaizu can sometimes play.
I mean, yes, that's true actually.
Oh, actually, no, he's not the dead zone. Dead zone's the one that does most team damage, I think, right now in the league.
That's BM.
That's true though. Failware, 4th there. Annihilator, 7th, Dake.
Yeah, Annihilator having a decent performance. Skyrim only 800 damage, but it is something. It is still more than Combat did, than Collapse did, than Yukets did.
Probably did.
Probably, but I mean, Gohard's counter push, it was solid, it was quick, it was good. They made the right moves, and it seemed like a very easy break for them this round. I mean, it was just picking off tank after tank after tank. They had the autoloader advantage. The S-Tank was sniping the entire game, and you want, at that point in the game, you need to kind of share HP because you could see they just lost tank after tank.
I mean, the S-Tank can have a field day if it's in that A-line, on the 1-2 line, and somebody pushes into it.
It can have a field day on multiple positions, but it just implies that your teammates need to stay alive for long enough for you to be able to do the damage. If your teammates don't survive, you can't do the damage. The longer they stay alive, the more damage you do.
Logic doesn't really apply to this league, however. You never know how it's going to go, Dake.
Yeah, now that Isuba's going to come back 4 rounds.
Isuba's going to bring it back 2-2, and then we're going to go 3-3, then we're going to go 4-4, then we're going to go tiebreaker.
I'm sure people love you right now.
If there's one thing that everyone should know watching right now is that my predictions count for nothing. Other than if we're making a bet, and that ends up with you wearing a bow tie. Now let's have a look at the lineups for the next round, Dake, where we're going to be going to Himmelsdorf, a favourite map for many people here. Now, eSuba taking quite an all-star lineup. Tanks here.
Well, this Isuba lineup kind of is old meta even at this point. Very reminiscent of round grand finals. We'll get to that in a second, Ryan. Relax.
I'm pointing at something on the screen.
We're talking about Isuba first. This lineup tells you Now you're going to go towards the 0 line, going to come off it, try to cap on the A line. The Subas brought a lineup like this multiple times. Double FETD, yes. It is to destroy anybody peeking on the A line corner. E3 for B0, it's standard. And then go hard with the mouse. They're going to put that one on A6 like they've done before. Or a little bit back on the corner. But go hard needs to counter his Suba coming off the 0 line. Because even if they go on 2 line, it's going to be slow.
Well, let's find out how that goes. It's currently Gohard 2, eSuba 0. Let's go to Himmelsdorf.
Himmelsdorf, a small city map. The teams start the battle in opposite corners. Both bases are located close to each other, but in a way that you can't stay on the defensive all the time. The main attack routes pass through the hill, the alley and the railroad, but in general, the attack can be successfully executed through any part of the map. Heavy tanks and tank destroyers with powerful guns run the show here. However, a lot depends on the mobile light tanks.
Okay, and we're off Gohard on the red side against eSuba on the blue side. Now, I was just saying to Daki there as the map was loading in, it is vital that eSuba make those shots count. Missed shots in this is going to be game-breaking for them.
It's the same for Gohard though. And so far they've only sent 250Bs crossing as Kaizu, it's Failware that are going to be in the 50B. Skyrim's actually playing the mouse, Coca Collapse on the tier 9 Waffentrager. These 50Bs need to be very, very careful that they don't overextend, because we've actually seen Gohard overextend against this tactic from Isuba in round robin 1, where the 50Bs got too eager and got wrecked, but I don't think they'll make the same mistake twice in the same season. It's unlikely. Froley was just getting an early spot. He'll now go back towards the hill with the rest of his friends who've just reached the top.
Just reached the top. Hyper aggressive spotting we saw there from Froley, Zafarchik, as Froley just backs off. Now you can see Andrew pushing along, Pratilicek making him go a little bit faster. Failware, and who's right with him is Kaizu, I guess, right on top of him, just waiting at that corner.
Yeah, they're just trying to do damage on the crossing. They won't be able to do anything against the E3 though. If Pratilicek is the first one to come down off the hill and he goes towards B0, you can see the rubble pile there. It's on the end of the street, at the end of the stairs, at the top part. E3 can sit fully hold down behind that. It's very hard to counter. The Waffentrager can get some nice sniping shots on towards him. Might be able to pen because of that very accurate high pen gun. But he will be able to push their 50Bs back at the very, very least.
And Coca-Cola is taking up position just for that Daki in the background there with the Waffle 4. And this is what we used to see in the olden days. Now we'd see an FV 4005 sit over the top of the E3 with his gun because the FV is so tall. Coca-Cola, is he going to take a shot? Oh, he's looking
just
at
going to
you
wait
there.
for the crossing. He's just going to wait for the crossing because Failware and Kaiser are still spotting the end of it. Like the very, very end of it. And if he's quick on the trigger finger, he can get it.
Okay, so let's see. Kaizu and Failware here just aiming up towards this hill area. Now the viewpoint from Pratilicek looking down. Will he take a snapshot? Will he take a guesstimate?
No, he's gonna wait. He's gonna wait to be to the when he gets fired upon because of the indicators that were introduced. I think was it last patch. The indicators were introduced. Ooh, Kaiser needs to be careful though.
I was thinking this is bold.
It's bold, but it's still hold down further as well. You remember the indicators that were added last
Yeah,
patch?
lets you know if someone's there, so you can blind fire back in that area.
But you can also, you have the reticle, and then you have the black stripe on on the top. You can actually pinpoint exactly where they're shooting you from.
Failware backing off. Kaizu still hanging around this area. Dicing with death a little bit here. Pratilicek won't go over though, because he knows if he goes over and turns, then there's a potential shot from someone like Coca-Cola waiting to shoot him. Now the rest of eSuba have moved along. You can see a red tracer going past there, which looks like that was Coca-Cola, and a blue tracer going back the way. So trade of shots there between two tanks.
Still pretty good here for eSuba. They still have a lot of time. Skyrim in the mouse. They want him to fire, so the FETG of Overus can peek out. Overus is going to try and get a connection with HE on towards Skyrim. There we go, 660 and ammo rack damage, annoying. They're just going to HE him. All they want to do is HE him low enough so that he can't peek that corner. And Gohard doesn't seem fully prepared for this tactic to come out. They're not ready to counter it just yet. All they have right now is 250 Bs and a tier 9 Batchat, which is the Farchik in D9. That could possibly shoot anybody crossing through the 8-9 line gap. They'll get 3-4 shots. I'm wondering, finally Coca Collapse is joining there as well. That could mean one dead tank.
So Coca Collapse moving around. You can see him on the mini-map here going to D7, D8 area. We're looking at the viewpoint here now of over us from his view, going into the sniper mode. Now Frawley gets ammo racked up on the hill. There is an IS-7 and Batchat below him aiming up at him. We'll see that in the minimap in a minute. So
Annihilator hit him, I think.
Frawley took damage there.
510, almost certainly Annihilator.
We're on the viewpoint of Frawley right now, so we can only see what his team sees on the minimap.
Skyrim needs to stop peeking. FETDs, I mean, you're mouse, but you'll still take a lot of damage.
Another damage there. Lucan took a little bit of damage
He's
there.
just checking where the 50Bs are. He gets the information. He wants to make them fire so his 3090 can cross, because they want Tomasek to get on the gap, and he's going to make his move now.
Tomasek's going to go full speed, coming up past him. Meow, there he goes, nice and safe. Now, whenever Scarium peeks out to... Oh! Scarium taking 2 in the face there.
Not worth it.
He hit Tomasek, and now Scarium's on a one-shot.
That was not worth it. Yeah, Tomasek will survive, and now I think Gohard is in trouble. They are getting on the hill, but it's not something they can go for because there's 4? I can't count. 3 TDs that could turn and instantly shoot up, and Isuba is in a very good position now, and I think Frawley is actually going to push past.
Now we can actually go and listen into the team speak of Isuba and see just how they're going to get this plan done as they get the kill on the mouse.
Já se jdu na hill, já prostě jdu kryt tu ulici.
No bacha tady na to, ale. Můžou přijet batí.
Jako bacha, Andrew, oni tam můžou přijet
A koukejte mi furt sem, jo? Já koukám
Já
tu
tam
zadní
vidím,
ulici. Nevidím tohle. To vidíte vy.
Já to vidím možná.
Lukine, tam furt koukej na to. Oni pojedou za chvíli se všem. Ze zhora,
Je
bacha.
sedma.
Bečko, pojedou.
Já musím koukat dolů jako.
Koukejte dolů. Wafle?
Je sedma, je
Nice.
No.
Bečka.
Já jsem tady zasek, ty vole.
Luky, nejedím tam pomoct.
Jdu, no.
No, já jsem v piči, guys. To snad
Tak si
jak?
řešte tohle.
Já jsem v prdeli.
Prostě jo.
Se
To si děláš prdel.
To prostě jsem najel na...
Kámo, what the fuck.
Kámo. Vážně?
Daki, what do we see here? Do we see another whoopsie perhaps from Pratilicek?
Pratelicek's on his side. Well, last time he didn't run, now he can't go anywhere.
They're not attacking him, they're just leaving him there.
I'd leave him there as well. I'd go flip him over. Come on, boys.
Gohard, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with this
I
one?
want them to put him on his roof. I'm now farming damage, but I want them to put him on his roof.
Gohard are going to troll him here. This is unfortunate from Pratilicek.
I think Niles loading HE. He's going to pen that. Watch the damage.
Getting himself flipped. Mager's ramming into him. Zafarchek. I mean, they're just trading shots right here at the moment. They're debating right now, Gohard, what they're going to do with the team damage into the back of Annihilator. That's probably somebody saying, "Don't, Niall. We're trying to do something here."
They're making a fire line.
Gohard are on defense. They're just going to sit and wait. They're just going to run down the clock.
It's a little bit BM, but you know, in this situation, I'd do the same.
Gohard. And we have our 4th highlight of the weekend, Daki, I think. They're just going to do a gun salute.
I think they're all going to shoot him at the same time at one point.
Oh, Pratilicek.
Poor guy. When is the time going to be? It's going to be soon, I think. There we go.
Oh! Gohard! With the 5 gun salutes.
Well,
Rip Pratilicek.
if Pratelicek was alive, that round could have been possibly different. Go hard with the split from the hill and the AB line working out, actually.
You called it as well. You said, watch this, Coca-Cola is going to go around that corner. He's going to disappear. And then it was just like, boom, gone.
Yeah, but Pratelicek being flipped, that's disastrous because he's somebody that can hold the 0 line almost by himself because the E3 can go back towards the hill. He can drive back up there and pretty much hold it almost. Like if he drives back up and they come over, they just die, but
Not on his side, he can't do it.
No. Could see, yeah.
That was good. We obviously were listening to the team speak with you guys, and you don't hear us. And the minute the camera panned over, Daki was gone. Once again, Daki, it's like you and Pratilicek whenever you're casting them.
It's like Gunrunners asked me not to cast their matches anymore because the two
works.
times I didn't cast their match, they actually won. So.
Me and Mojo cast Gunrunners, and Gunrunners win. You cast when Pratilicek's playing, and Pratilicek makes
Niall!
Finally!
He's not on your team, right?
Not this time, no.
Let's go!
But this is the first time he's beat Failware. Failware comes in third.
Yeah,
there,
but
so.
Failware was always like only 300 above. Niall made up.
Wow. Every dog has their day, Daki.
Failware did get some reset points, though.
But it was good. Good round there from Gohard. They were able to recover from what looked like an almost potentially a surefire cap there because they were going to take a lot of damage coming round there. Pratilicek actually only got a partial bit 354 for what?
HE?
Like it must have been HE into the mouse or something. Unexpected. Yeah.
Not enough from Pratilicek. Yeah, Froley there joined on the cap.
Yeah, I mean, we don't like pointing a finger at an individual player and saying his fault, but I mean, it could have been different. We never know. But that was an individual whoopsie. A bit like Vetso.
It's not like he could dodge that one.
Indeed. It was like Vetso yesterday. Like he died at the same time as Unji got the kill, and perhaps if Vetso had survived and could have hid, maybe.
No way.
Maybe.
No way.
But coming off the hill and dying like that last night was not good. Not good. It's an individual misplay there. Pure and simple. But that's them. This is now Gohard. Now 3-0 in the lead and firmly in control of this match, I would say.
Yeah, could see Suba looking a little bit down at this point, almost sideways.
A little bit sideways, yeah. I mean, almost you could say that eSuba are going a bit on tilt.
Yeah, very tilted actually.
Yep. Now they're going to swap sides. Let's have a look at the lineups where we're going to see Gohard on the defense and eSuba on the attack.
By the way, Suba did call it. I mean, in the interview with you, they said once it's 2-0, they kind of turn off their brain.
Yeah,
and
they tilt.
yeah, very literal.
Gohard Daki going here with E100 FV 4005 stage 2.
Solid lineup all around. E100 can take a beating. Kranwagen for Suba. 113 is still on two-line defense most likely. But they can go east if they want to. That's obviously a personal preference. I mean, you can predict as much as you want. If they decide to go east, they will go east. And there's that. And yeah, the 113 is Kranwagen. That's what looks like one two-line defense. And Gohard looks like they want to get through the 8-line. Perhaps the 100 coming over the hill. Such and such and such. That is what it looks like.
Such and such and such. I'm going to have to ask you to explain that in just a second, Daki. Let's jump right into the battle. Gohard red team attacking against eSuba defending. What do you mean by such and such and such, Daki?
Go through the A-line and 8-line and get on the cap.
Okay. And such and such and such.
It's an expression, Ryan.
Okay. Mojo was surprised yesterday by Bob's your uncle. He's never heard that one before. Are you going to tell me you've never heard it before?
Nope.
Wow. It basically means there you go. But you could say Robert's your brother's mother, and that confuses people.
Well, they're actually going K-line with this. It's going to be interesting to see if it works out because the entire team of eSuba will be waiting for them. And let's see. Let's see if it works.
Big potential fight coming up here in the 1-2 line. Shot's going to cross into Andrew and missing from Failware.
Failware should have connected at least 1 or 2 shots there, and he didn't. As not that great. He should have gotten 800 damage there, Ryan.
Potentially, yes, Daki, but well, Niall hasn't shot yet. It's a Farchek taking a little bit of damage there in the AMX 1390 as someone connects a shot into him there. And, I mean, everyone's poised for a big fight here, potentially. Maga getting a shot now into Overus as well. So Gohard's taking a little bit of damage. eSuba's taking a little bit of damage.
Well, they're going to send the 100 first, and then let's see how it works out, because he's going to shield the I7 and the 113 trying to cross.
Scarium leading the charge here with Annihilator and Kaizu right behind him. Andrew getting shots into him. Scarium taking a lot of damage. So is Annihilator now as well. But you can see a push coming around from the other tanks of Gohard as well. Coca-Colap's taking a lot of damage in the FV. And right now, Froley is the main focus for eSuba. He's down now almost onto a one-shot as Lucan takes some damage as well. But right now, most of the damage went into Gohard. And they are 2k HP down against eSuba at the moment.
The thing is, though, that Gohard's taken 1-2 line control. Overus just went down. Andrew is going to be soon to follow. Annihilator's actually hold down. And Andrew can't do much because he doesn't have reload. Don't even know if he'll be able to pen onto Annihilator here because he's completely hold down behind that part. Well, almost.
Caster curse as Annihilator goes down, Daki, but don't worry, Failware's still in the game and he can do damage. Andrew now clipping into Kaizu. Andrew on a reload. Kaizu might get him here, or can Prattley? No, Prattley checks on the reload as well, so Tomasek is fighting against Safarchik, and let's actually go into the TeamSpeak of GoHard and see what's going through their mind at the moment.
Good, we need to kill 1 and 3.
I have 3.
Still on reload.
Коко, у меня 3, если что, не мешай.
12 seconds.
Я могу в тушку.
Yeah, he's gonna shoot Kaiser.
Thanks, Gar, for saying it in time.
Yeah, well, -2 50B. -3 50B.
Okay, maybe you shoot 115 and I aim 50B. I'm full shot.
Stay.
Reload, AD.
Пиздец мага, блядь.
Тихо, маг, то есть Калаш, ты сможешь 1-3 забрать, нет?
Okay, I meant
Надо убивать.
50B is in the open.
I can see.
Beshka.
I reloading.
Light from back, 1 shot light, guys.
I see. Fail.
Maga,
I am
концу.
reloading.
Тут нас.
Не, ну, next battle.
No, I need to aim light.
Блять, как у них бэха фуловый, ты проехал? Вы что, конченые, что ли?
Мага, блядь, сейчас закрыл, я вот эту бэшку 800 хп Эндрю убил бы.
Да забей, типа, вот тут еще нужно при бэшку хранить, когда она ехала. Go next.
And Maga, now the only one surviving here for GoHard.
I don't think Failware actually got to do much, Ryan, as Maga goes down, and it was going to be hard to break 1-2 line. It didn't really regard Kaizu, my friend. There's this thing in the bottom right. Sun Kaizu. There's this thing in the bottom right corner. It's called a minimap. When the tank gets spotted, it appears on the minimap. So yes, Skyrim should have told him there's a 50B behind you, but he should also be paying attention to his minimap. Like, oh, I'm being flagged.
That's in reference to the TeamSpeak, where at the very start there was the very cheeky comment of, thanks for the heads up. Thanks for telling me.
Thanks for telling me, Scar. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately,
you could see the plan there. The E100 was supposed to take the damage. Instead, Niall took 1,995 on the crossing. What a surprise. What a curse. Guess what's my birth year, yeah, Ryan? It's just like the gods are against me. Wow. They're against me. Literally against me. They're like, here, watch this.
Just like, is that right, Daki? Oh, it's okay. Annihilator's hold down. He's going to be really safe. Dead.
Yeah. If the Skyrim took more of the damage and he only takes like 1,000 for the crossing and he gets behind that thing, I don't know what to call it. It's like.
Well, don't worry, Daki. As long as the Annihilator's not last, it's not all that bad for you. Failware though, 3rd damage and the top damage dealer there for GoHard. Kaizu, you're saying there, had a good game. I mean, he did get 2 kills. Andrew though, picking up 5 kills. Amex 50B, 3.5 damage. Lucan in the 113, 4.1 with 9 shots. That was actually a beast of a game for him.
He had a very good game there, actually. Lucan in the 113. That's pretty impressive amount of damage for that 113. Annihilator not having the greatest game of his life. Don't look at me like that.
I'm not looking at you like in any way whatsoever, Daki. I have a big smile on my face. I'm happy. And you should be happy too, Daki. Happy Daki, remember?
I have no idea what you are talking about.
Well, don't worry, Daki. Don't worry. I can turn around. I mean, it's 3-1 now. Isuba potentially coming back into it. Just when we say GoHard look like in control of everything, Isuba come right back into it. We'll now be going on to our next map. We'll be going into Ghost Town.
Ghost Town. I just checked something, by the way. On Himmelsdorf, Failware got 100 decap points. That is so frustrating. Frustrating it is.
Should have picked him.
Lucky. Well, I have him, but...
Not in the team that matters.
In the team that matters. The team of position 19.
Well, if you want to be charitable and give away gold, that's cool. Like I said at the start, I mean, I don't mind.
I am charitable.
You know, it's just.
But I like to beat you with 2 teams, not just one.
It's on like. Well, it doesn't matter if you beat me with the other team because I deleted my week 1 team.
I don't care. I'll still be first.
No, but you'll be 1 week ahead, so of course.
It doesn't matter. I just want to beat you with 2 teams.
But you're not currently going to do that. You're not going to beat you.
Season's long, okay?
Charitable Daki, they'll call you. They'll write songs about you, Daki. Daki, who gave us all gold. Daki and Mojo.
Are you forgetting about Mojo? He's like 300 places behind me.
That's true. I was about 200. But let's have a look at the lineups here on Ghost Town. GoHard are going to be defending against Isuba attacking.
Amex Eternity prototype, the tier 9, French, medium, good at climbing. It can go on to A1, but it can also be used to play aggressive with the mind game to say, okay, we're going to put the AMX30 on A1, and then you rush him and you surprise him. That has happened multiple times. And then some beef to back it up with the E100, WZ. WZ can play on A4 or the 113 there, covered by the 50Bs. I mean, this kind of says that they want to climb and play from there on, but Isuba with 3 bad shots. Now, you have to wonder, what is this going to do? Because this is something that possibly could go on the cap to bait. 3 bad shots on the cap would work, but it can also rush the other side.
Yeah, there's a lot of flexibility in that lineup as an attacking lineup. There's not a lot of armor in it, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays. Well, let's find out, because we can go to Ghost Town where Go Hard lead Isuba 3-1.
Ghost Town. The first absolutely symmetrical map, made especially for 7 versus 7 games. The teams start the battle on opposite sides. There are numerous ways to attack here. One of the bases is located in the central square, the other one at the top of the city. The hardest battles are usually fought for the top base, and this calls for the use of heavy tanks. Sometimes the teams choose fast tanks for spotting and base capturing.
Okay, Daki, here we go. Go Hard red team defending into Isuba on the blue team attacking, and Go Hard going with quite an aggressive defense here.
Yeah, the Batchas are actually rushing the center. That's interesting. They're going straight on the cap, and Zafar already got the reset, and none of the Batchas is reloaded. So that plan is going to get abandoned rather quickly. But it was only a bait. It was only a distraction. Because look at the north side of the map. It was just a bait. It was a distraction. It was meant to drag tanks into the middle, while the rest of the tanks, 3 of them, WZ, 113, and the Emil 2, will go onto the cap, will put triple cap pressure, and force Go Hard into rotation while the Batchas back off.
Go Hard's heavies are all the way down the south of the map. Here comes a triple cap starting up north, and right now Go Hard will be like, whoa, 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 there's 2 on the cap right now. Where's the third one? No, there is 3 right on the minute. So 30 seconds as Go Hard start coming back through the center of the map. Can Isuba find angles on them? Well, we're going to find out in a couple of seconds, because otherwise there's 24 seconds to the cap, and that's it.
Well, it's going to be very hard here for Go Hard already, because AMX30 will never get back on time onto that position, and the damage is done. It's all hold down tanks, so they need to pen something.
10 seconds down. What are you going to do here, Go Hard? Are you just going to throw caution to the wind and run at it? We're down to 7 seconds. Zafarchik coming around the back, though. He's going to get a reset on one of the tanks, but which one's he going to hit? He's coming in front of them just to distract them, just to block them, stop them being hulled down at the moment. So reset on every single tank at the moment. Everyone's got reset. Zafarchik causing absolute chaos in the middle of them. They're going to have to get distracted. They're going to have to go for Zafarchik. In the meantime, there is tanks falling down here for Go Hard. They've lost Kaizu. They've lost Annihilator, so they've lost the 113. They've lost an AMX30. But in return, Isuba have lost 2 tanks as well. They've lost the Emil 2. They've lost the WZ.
And they're down on HP as well. That cap didn't really work out well for them in the end because of mispositioning. I mean, you see that Emil peek backwards and he got hit on the top of the turret. That was just terrible to say that. And Zafar actually managing to pick up a kill there was not good shielding from the team. And Niall here with Andrew. He doesn't know Andrew is reloading, but he'll figure that out soon enough because Andrew is now off of reload.
Coca-Collapse here holding Death Alley on his own, but no one else is near him. There's Annihilator just round the corner with Kaizu in front of him, but they play in that ramp area that can flank the corner, as Maga looks like he might want to go down low and go further down the bottom area. Now it is 4 tanks of Go Hard against 5 tanks, of Isuba, but Go Hard have the HP advantage, which could be really vital in this fight.
Yeah, but Maga is in a bad position, and Niall here training with Andrew is not the greatest for Niall because Andrew could pick him up at any moment, and Maga is the one in trouble.
Maga at the moment fighting with Pratilicek. Pratilicek getting the kill on Maga. So gun advantage now with Isuba. We see Andrew and Niall continuing to trade. Annihilator got a clip in, Andrew missed. Coca-Collapse is waiting to shoot someone as well. Does Andrew peek? Can he get the shot on Niall? But Scarium's sneaking around the back. Andrew is between a rock and a hard place right now, and someone is going to get a kill in any second.
He should just do the 2 shots of damage onto Andrew. He gets killed by Coca-Collapse because he didn't know he was there. Combat actually goes down in his batch shot as well. Finally, Niall goes down. It's now a 2v2, but there's 2 batch shots still alive, and they could possibly find the angles, and Froly could join the cap if he wants to.
So the cap is currently sitting at the moment. It's 20 seconds. Scarium is being shot at and being distracted. Coca-Collapse is making a move. He has the E100. He has the armor and the HP. But no, Scarium is now down to a 1-shot. If they can take out Scarium, they can play Ring of Roses with Coca-Collapse. Can Coca-Collapse get a kill here?
He won't get back on time. It's all onto Skyrim, and he's going to have to peek track wheel first, and I don't think they'll even get back to
2
the cap.
seconds, 1 second. Can you do it? Nope. It is going to be a cap. And Isuba pick up round 1 here on Ghost Town. It is now 3-2.
That was, okay, they won, but it was sloppy. I mean, gotta say like it is, Zafar drove in there for the reset. That was gonna happen in the MX-30. He's expendable. But he actually managed to kill somebody. He managed to kill the WZ, which shouldn't happen because he should be shielded by the 113. They kill Zafar. WZ stays alive a little bit longer. That's 1 extra attack. Then the Emil peaked. He reversed up, exposed the top of his third, go insta-wrecked by 2 sides from the corner, from that angle, and then from the front. Double wreck. That was unnecessary because I don't think he even was reloaded at that point. I'm not sure, but I don't think he was reloaded. But then luckily enough, their bad shots playing it out well. Maga, bit of a mistake there.
Yeah, he was
had all
caught
the
kinda...
HP. He tried to kill Froley, but instead he got caught in a bad position.
It was like Pratalicek was able to shoot him through buildings and he didn't see him till it was too late and he was sitting.
Well, he was trying to kill Froley. If he kills Froley, it might have been worth it, but he didn't get Froley. Instead, he got killed.
Yep, them's the breaks. So it looks like, I mean, I don't want to say it looks like we're going to 3-2, but I mean, we could go to 3-3, but it could be to 4-2 and then go hard, take match point. So it's still going to be interesting trying to predict this one, how it's going to
Where's
go.
Philware?
I mean, it's okay. He can be behind Annihilator for once, but let's talk about him right now.
He's had a great performance in the last round as well.
3k damage.
He had 4.4 on Himmels, 4.1 on Himmels actually.
9 shots, 2 kills, so he's doing really good in the 1-1-3.
When he's not on his side, seems to be putting out some damage as well.
Yep. When he's not on tilt, he's showing that he can play nice and steady. Frawley there in the back chat, next player. I mean, top 3 players picking up 5 kills between them.
That's the ones that stayed alive for a long time. But yeah, good job there from the boys from Isuba. Zafar actually doing way too much for what he did. He should have been insta-dead, but he didn't. Philware also coming in, decent amount of damage. You expect more from a 50B though, but then Kai's Karyum didn't really have their effect on this round. And Tomasek was the one that got killed by Zafar, which looking realistically should have shielded because Zafar shouldn't be able to pick up that kill. Really, really shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a nice play at the start. It was a nice juke to get Gohard like drawn all the way around the map, but then it just kind of fell to pieces when Zafar did what Zafar does and just went full YOLO crazy mode.
Well, it almost won them the round, but it didn't. And Suba's coming back. Apparently after 2-0, their brain doesn't shut off fully just yet. Not just yet.
Despite what we saw in Himmelsdorf, they are not tilting too badly.
No, they're steady.
Starting to level out now, yeah.
Yeah, they're slowly but surely they're getting back on their feet and they're doing a steady performance.
Now, will it continue? Can they carry this into round 2 here on Ghost Town, though? That's going to be the big question. I mean, Gohard, if they win...
Gohard is... you threw me up by saying Gohard. I wanted to say Ghost Town is the map where... no, you just said Go Hard, and then I wanted to say Ghost Town because you said Go Hard was in my head, so I was like, Go Hard. No. I mean, Ghost Town is a map where attackers are slightly favored because it's, it's a hard map to defend. It really is. We have seen it a lot. Stats are in favor of the attacker as well, so I think Go Hard should pick this one up still.
Well, let's have a look at the lineups going into round 2 now that the teams swap positions. So we're going to see Gohard on the attack against Isuba on the defense. Quite a few E100s here, Daki. 2 for Isuba, 1 for Gohard. Now, something I've nearly got mixed up with is saying Go Town or Ghost Hard.
Ghost Hard. I'm hard for Gotard.
Well, okay. Whatever floats your boat. Now... we are going to actually come back to us at the moment. We're not going to jump right into the battle. Now, Daki, Ghost Town's something that, a map that we quite like commentating on. I think it's one of Mojo's favourites as well. Mojo's actually saying as well that he really likes Runeberg. Do you feel city maps are more interesting, or is it more open maps do you prefer?
Depends what team's playing it, because some teams play really good open maps and some teams play really, really bad.
That is a very fair comment. Now, Ghost Town, did you play much of it yourself when you were a pro player? I mean, you still technically are a pro player, Daki, but you don't, do it for a living.
I like that saying. That floats my boat very, very, very much. Ghost Town, actually I hated it. It's annoying.
Didn't like it. I mean, it was
just so, like, that north base to defend it, but back then it was with like ice trees and such. So it was always really hard to make sure you didn't get capped in the north. I wasn't a great fan of it. We didn't do that good in China on it either when we went to WCA. Ilion always remembers. Push the Tigers.
Push the Tigers. Now, is there vehicles that you think in Ghost Town are essential at the moment? I mean, we're seeing a lot of UDEs on defense all the time now.
Something that can
position.
possibly climb, even if you're not going to climb. Something that can possibly climb A1. Batshot is always mandatory. But I think it would be interesting to see once the next batch comes out if we see some stuff with like Type 5 or
Type 5, yeah.
Mouse, T95s. Because if you park a T95 in that gap, it'd be hard as well to deal with.
Now on Ghost Town as well, we see T57s being used, we see AMX 50Bs being used, and we see Kramwagens being used. Now, they look similar, but they generally have different roles, don't they?
Kranwagen's like an i7 with an autoloader. We have a video for that.
Okay. And the T57 and the 50B?
Those are just autoloaders.
Just purely defensive. Well, attack. The T57's got the armor over the 50B, for example.
T57 has more DPM, I'd say, than...
So would you prefer that over the 50B?
No, because the 50B is quicker. It's a better tank. T57 is, you know, kind of meh because of heat shells.
So you wouldn't agree with teams using T57?
Well, I would in 7v7. I wouldn't in randoms.
Well, we're talking 7v7.
No, you have to look at both things.
Well...
In general, 50B is the better tank. But
Okay.
in WGL and city maps, T57 is better because DPM, if you can play it. It's different things.
Okay. I was just asking your opinion. I don't have either tank, so, you know. I'm nearly at the T57 heavy. I'm not anywhere near the 50B at the moment.
Enjoy. It's terrible.
Looking forward to it. I mean, the E1 before it,
It's
the Tier
terrible.
9, is hard work, to be honest.
It's terrible.
Very, very hard work. Now, it looks like everything is rewind. It looks like everything is ready behind the scenes for us to go. So this is going to be Go Hard attacking into eSuba defending, Go Hard red side, eSuba blue side. Now, we kind of know that AMX 30 is going to sit about A1, A2, A3.
Only if they want it to be so, and it depends if they want to play the mind game or not. So far, he's not going there. So far, they're going super aggressive. So the AMX30 will scout first. He can climb A1 later. It's the mind game. They pretend that they're going to put the AMX30 on A1, but he's not.
Hyper-aggressive defense as well from eSuba to control that number 1 base.
Well, they will control that number 1 base, but Go Hard, they're keeping it slow and steady. They're doing something what they've done before, similar. They have Annihilator and who is the second one? Annihilator and Kaizu in 50Bs on that H0 position that can clip anything in the CD7, D8 on that corner to reset the cap. So at one point they'll probably push somebody on the cap, cover with the 50Bs, and then hope that eSuba makes a mistake. Like Ulverus and Lukin, if they drive forwards towards the next corner and turn that turret, one of them is going to die.
Get clipped out by the 250Bs. You can see them directly ahead of them. Coca-Collapse now aiming down this road, but no one is near him, as you can see on the mini-map, so he's got nothing to aim at the moment. Looks like eSuba are not quite taking the bait, Daki, but they want to move, as you see Andrew, Pratilicek and Frawley moving around here as well into the other side of Death Alley. And now Frawley's actually saying, wait a minute, I'll go the other way.
Once Tomasek takes that C0 position, he should be able to spot the 50Bs. Suba is very defensive here, just waiting for Gohard to go on the cap, because they have the E8 climb, they know they can't really be flying. Frawley's also watching that combat, that's the red line.
Just drove forward straight into it, yeah. It's like, remember, there's a border combat on the map, you can't go past it. Annihilator is shooting, he sees someone, he wants to hit them on his third shot
it's
now.
just blind shooting, I think. Yeah, he's just blind shooting, because he can't hit anybody over there.
And now, I mean, this is hyper aggressive from eSuba. What's Gohard's plan here, Daki?
Still, the plan will remain the same. They will put somebody on the cap. They might join in with the second guy or the third guy to bait them out. Zafar will probably drive into the D6 corner to spot out anything. If they're he will proxy. He'll drive into the corner. He'll proxy with RU251. He'll see nobody because there's literally nobody there. Look, there we go. Zafar is in the corner. You can see it on your mini-maps. He proxies out, he doesn't see anybody, he's going to drive back onto the cap. At that point, somebody might join him behind the crane, and Asuba will have to come close and reset. And they're still counting on this 50B from H0 to do a decent amount of damage, because Zafar will spot him, Niall will shoot him. It's a two-punch.
Two-punch combo. An interesting move to see that there's a base 2 tactic. We've very rarely seen this because base 2 is so open, so easy to reset and so hard to cover from the different angles.
It's becoming more and more unlikely that Asuba is going to win this round, because Collapse will hold the corner behind them as well. That's an E100 shot you take to reset. There's a 50B there as well. Then there's a second 50B on the back line. That's Kaizu. Coming back into reset will be difficult. They kind of have to take the bottom side, which is F7, F8. They're doing the sensible thing here, which is pushing out the 9-0 line to make sure that Niall can sit there. And then they kind of need to take the F7 position if they want to reset without losing pretty much one tank for it.
Okay, this is going to be interesting. We're watching Andrew and Pratilicek move around the Death Alley area, which is completely safe. Overus is going to poke first here, and he gets shot at twice in the face. Track damage, he's not going anywhere at the moment as damage goes back into Scarium and Failware. Scarium is a focus fire at the moment from the tanks of Isuba, but you can see Frawley getting his gun damaged here and his T-57 Heavy, and Andrew as well taking damage. Pratilicek is now shooting as well at Coca Collapse. Overus is on reload. Coca Collapse is going to come off reload any second now and rattle that one right into, I guess, Andrew. Nope, he's saving it, and he goes actually after somebody running down the hill. Coca Collapse continuing to push here. Overus backwards at the moment as Zafarchek is causing absolute chaos in the RU. Now Gohard have lost 2 tanks. They've lost Scarium, they've lost Annihilator, but Isuba are taking a heck of a lot of damage at the moment.
And they are, but it's not over just yet. Pratilicek is still alive. Lucan takes a lot of damage. The Gohard just remaining 4 tanks. Same for Isuba right now. And Gohard still has that T-rate with a lot of HP. Frawley needs to get in now, get to clip. They need to take out Coca Collapse out of the game pretty much before he reloads. If they can't, then Maga and etc. will come in. And Tomasek is just pushing in because they know they need to make kills here.
So Frawley not wanting to go forward now. Failware's down to a 1-shot. Can Tomasek get the shot? He's on a reload. Zafar just missing there. Tomasek playing with his life. Coca Collapse shoots across to Lucan and misses. Tomasek is now shooting into him. Frawley is clipped out. He has 1 more shot left. He wants to go for Maga, but he can't because Maga's waiting to shoot him with 2 shots. But Maga goes down. It's Combat that gets the kill. I mean, it's still anyone's game right now at the moment, Daki, but all the HP is on Zafarchek.
Lucan, yes, exactly. He needs to shoot Zafarchek. He does. Coca Collapse. Zafar won't bend that unless he gets behind him. Combat might get Coca Collapse here. No, Collapse shoots. So now Combat needs to kill him. He has 3 shots. Failware still on reload. And the Zafar goes down. He tried to kill Frawley. He doesn't. Collapse needs to die here towards Combat. Combat, you go kill him.
Come on, Combat, get in there, get in there. You need to get this kill done. Coca Collapse and Failware. Coca Collapse is still swinging at the moment. Combat's the 1-shot. Frawley's the 1-shot. Lucan is a 2-shot. Failware might be able to do it for his team, but no, Combat gets the kill on Coca Collapse. It's now down just to Failware. What can he do for his team? Can he get a kill? He has his clip fully loaded, but he has 3 tanks to do it in, and he has 4 shots to do it in. It is possible, but it's highly unlikely because he doesn't have HP to trade at the moment.
Well, he has 4 shots in a dream, and every single one of the tanks combined is a 4 shot, so he can do it. Lucan will be the first opponent. Oof, he only has 3 left.
And Frawley picks up the kill on Failware. It is all square now, 3-3. Tiebreaker potential.
Tiebreaker, that would imply that Gohard have 4 rounds, which so far is looking unlikely with the last 3 rounds looking like this. Gohard, little bit falling to pieces here. Collapse, not penetrating some shots. I mean, yeah, he had a dead gunner, but if he kills Lucan, the game's over. Combat, when he go ahead, could really have killed Collapse much earlier, because I didn't like the fact they were all 3 proxy spotted. So if Failware had a better approach, got behind him or somewhere, they would have no idea where he was coming from because he wasn't spotted. Collapse, when he hit Combat should have just gone in.
It was a bit of a proper scrappy team fight when it happened. It was a proper mixed-up brawl.
Maga couldn't kill Frawley because Frawley was hull down.
Yeah,
he struggled with the 57, and then he drove up to try and kill him, and by that time Combat was there. So a lot of tiny mistakes for Gohard that cost him. And Zafar in the RU, yeah, it's all nice to have a tier 8, but you see at that point in time when you're a tier 8, where Suba have 2 tier 9s, and Tomasek just drove in, went to do the damage, and Zafar What can you
Bounced.
realistically do?
Yeah, bounced off the E100 driving past
Well,
him.
tried to kill the 57 and died.
Yeah. Dims the brakes. So all square 3-3. The advantage was with Gohard, and now it's arguably going into Isuba's favour. But let's have a look at the stats and the damage done in that round. See who came out on top, see who didn't do as much damage as the others. Now, Failware, 3.7k damage, 13 shots and 1 kill.
Yeah,
Very
it was the
nicely
last
done.
one that stayed alive. Let's not talk about it. Nice amount of damage there from Failware. Sometimes lucky, sometimes not. Looking, again, a solid performance. I think I'm actually going to go with him for like top damage dealer at the end and over Failware even.
Looking,
Niall,
yes, good shout that one.
1.2, not enough. Scarium, 1.1, not enough. Safar actually outperforming the both of them. It's kind of disappointing.
I mean, in fairness, we have saw it a lot of the time that the last couple of guys come in sub 1,000 damage, so there was a lot of damage done by everyone in that round.
There was a lot of damage done because the remaining HP was
very low, yeah.
What was it? 800 to 1,000?
Like one shot. Everyone's on a one shot, apart from one
Lukin
guy.
was on 600,
Yeah.
so, and the other one was like 200. So, I mean, it is what it is. And how we got here is pretty simple. Gohard, wait, what side is it? Gohard picked up the first 3 rounds, and then Isuba picked up the next 3 rounds. Congratulations, that's how we got here.
Yep. Well done, Daki.
I know, right? It's almost
it's
like...
hard. You laughed at me last week from doing it. It's like when you said...
You just have to think, if I want to point out, you just have to, like, you know...
It's like last night or last week when you said welcome back to Mojo and Daki, or Daki and Mojo, and you called...
I have a better one for that now. The second match, I'm like, welcome back. It's still Daki and it's still Mojo.
Yeah, you
Yay.
did that, but it's still Mojo. Okay.
You didn't get that last time?
No, I was too
Man.
slow.
It's actually pretty good.
To be honest, I was sleeping. But hey, let's have a look at the lineups now, because we're going to be going into steps. A very open map, one of our most open maps here in the league, and it's Batchat City, Daki.
Batchat City, indeed. And this is a good map for both these teams, but even more for Isuba than for Gohard. I mean, Isuba has 9 games played on it, and they have...
Last time these guys played,
yes, there was
Isuba
steps.
absolutely handed it to Gohard.
That was my later point. I was still getting there, but okay. But yeah, Isuba currently sitting on 100% victory on the defense and 60% on the attack. So, and Gohard only 50% on the attack and 60% on the defense. So, not looking good for Gohard here.
Well, things are all squared at the moment. It's Gohard 3, Isuba 3. Who's going to take match point? Let's find out. We're going to go to steps.
Steps, the most open map in the league. The attacking team appears near the rocks at the bottom of the map, and the defending team starts at the top. Bases are located near the railway and on the green. The best way to control them is to use the lowland near the second base. The attacking team usually begins the attack from the rocks and the railway, but sometimes they can attack through the green. Teams often drag vehicles from flank to flank, so both teams usually pick light vehicles with a good camouflage rating, but sometimes use tanks with a strong turret and even SPGs.
Now we see Gohard, the red team, defending against Isuba and the blue team attacking. Daki with Isuba, they've got that artillery. I think it's going to be vital whether EDT lands these shots or not.
Yeah, it's going to be very crucial, but there was no point talking about the lineup. But Gohard here is doing something very interesting. Froly, he's about to go down already. He needs to run right now. He needs to get out. He's dead.
Froly spotted, not quite running away when he should at the moment. Failware's going to come off reload and he's going to start shooting. There's the first shot into Froly. Everyone else is going after him at the moment. Maga's shot as well, missed. Froly needs to try and get himself safe behind some terrain at the moment. Failware's going to carry on, give chase. Now, is anyone else from Isuba able to come back and help their teammate at the moment, or can Froly survive? He's only taken 3 shots, and he's going to get away, Daki, and survive from this.
Yeah, it's just about alive, but he took so much damage, and they're going to continue chasing. I don't know if I like this, because Overus is already back. Gohard might overcommit right here.
Failware charging around the corner, trying to get shots into, but no, there's Overus and other tanks of Isuba waiting for this. We saw a fight happen before in in another round on steps in this area. It's an unusual area. The teams don't normally fight here at the moment, and Failware in that exchange has now got a dead gunner.
This is an overcommitment from Gohard. They chased for too long. I think Lukin is training badly though, but still, we remain with the fact that EDT is in the RT and he can make shots on them. Niall's pushing into Overus, and I don't know if I like this because this is way too far.
Niall pushing into Overus, overextension. He's now the one shot. He goes down. Combat gets the kill. Annihilator. Maga goes down. That is 2 tanks for nothing. That is a massive, massive overextension there from Gohard.
Yes, I mean, the HP is even here, but you know, unless Kaizu can kill the size 7 for free, which he's doing pretty well at right now, they lose Lukin. It's still not over. The HPs are even, but RT is still a factor. And if he... Now, Isuba can slow it down, right? They can slow it down and they can work from RT. And they have gun advantage as well.
Combat getting a shot in the back there as he backs off. Now we can see Failware shooting at Combat as he backs off as well. Gohard are starting to wrestle control back here of this match. The HP's roughly about even, but Failware and Zafarchik are both on 1-shots. In return on Isuba, Overus is on a 1-shot, and Isuba potentially have a little bit more HP to trade, but Scarium and Kaizu have it all for Gohard.
This is great from Andrew. They realize that Failware's on reload and they're about to lose a full HP 1-1-3.
Scarium getting shot in the back and getting shot in the front, trying to work out which way is the safest. Andrew taking damage though. Failware being able to sneak up and shoot him in the back as well. Scarium gets off safe at the moment. No matter where a tank moves, there is crossfire coming in, and Gohard are actually setting up the angles better than Isuba. But now Gohard have just lost Scarium, and that was a lot of HP they've just lost. It's back to 3 guns of Gohard versus 4 of Isuba.
Yeah, but they're all 1-shot from Isuba. Kaizu is the only person here with HP, but RT, EDT really needs the connection here. Failware, yes, but Andrew should have kept committing onto Scarium, and he didn't. RT is the factor still. If he can make the play, he needs to hit something for Isuba to win this round.
EDT, we said it at the start of the match, his contribution would be vital. He needs to connect a shot right now. It's going to be swinging it back into his team's favour, but where is he? We've not seen anything all battle here. Zafarchik now picks up a kill on Andrew. The advantage back in Gohard's favour. They have 3 tanks against what is effectively 2 and 1 RT of Isuba. EDT, where are you, mate? You need to do something.
Failware almost got that shot there onto Andrew, but Zafar got it instead, and now Failware will come in. And I think Froly is going to be his next victim here if he's not careful.
Failware has taken a lot of damage at the start of this battle. He has a dead gunner as well, but he's been a constant thorn in the side of Isuba, and Failware might peek to try and get another shot here.
He
sees Froly. He has a shot. Dead gunner. He makes the shot. Failware with the kill. And now it's just Pratelicek and EDT left for Isuba. And EDT, mate, that's another battle where you have not had an impact. And had you done something, it would have been completely different for your team.
I don't think he hit anything.
Gohard now in the driver's seat in this match. They're going to go on match point. They're going to go on the attack next round, where Isuba are more the specialists in defense. It's not over yet, but this round realistically should have been Isuba's.
Yeah, I think you can say they kind of threw that one. I'm very interested to see what EDT was going to do. I think Gohard, I really thought they overcommitted. They went in too far. You can see Niall there. I don't know if it was still don't know if it was the correct decision to do so, because they took so much damage for it. I mean, Niall went down. Failware almost actually did carry this round. You can say it like it is, but I think Andrew there in his bad shot as well, when he was chasing Scarium, I mean, somebody counts the shots on Failware. He did at least 3, so Andrew could have just pushed in, went behind Scarium, killed him, and then Combat would have more ammo as well. It's just a number of mistakes there from Isuba, and I really want to see how much EDT did, because I don't think he did anything almost, and he needed to connect at least one solid shot onto Kaizu, onto anybody even.
There needed to be a big bam, scream EDT, like we were doing yesterday when Danny
He
was getting the shots
He
for
wasn't
his
even
team.
that far away, that's the thing. He's pretty close. He should have been able to hit something.
Well, let's have a look at the damage done there in that round. So you came out on top. It was Combat in the back chat with 3.4k damage there, 10 shots for 2 kills. Kaizu and Failware coming in top for Gohard there, 3.3 respectively, and then 2.7. Great game for both of them. Then Andrew. Now, I think EDT was maybe about 3rd bottom.
I think he did like nothing almost.
He was doing some damage, but it wasn't enough to actually be a big factor in the battle. I mean, had it not been an artillery and had it been another tank, would that have made a bigger difference?
I don't know if Gohard would have played the same if they didn't have an RT. That's the thing. EDT 897, just not enough. Niall 800. Again, Maga, they were the 2 that committed there and they got slaughtered. Very lucky Suba made some mistakes there, which costed them tanks. Overus overextended as well after that, and Kaizu got a nice clip into him.
There was lots of individual.
Yeah, there's lots of
just
individual
going
mistakes.
too far forward and peeking when they shouldn't have, and just not really respecting the crossfires that teams had set up.
And Gohar lucky there that Kaizu and Failware really bailed them out in that one with individual plays, or they would be 4-3 down. But it's not over yet. Suba has to defend now, and Gohar has to break it, which I'm not sure about if they can do it, because Suba has been a good team on this and might be a tiebreaker after all. It wouldn't actually surprise me if Suba picks up this round on the defense, because the stats are in their favor as well. They've already made a comeback from 3-0 down to 3-3, so I still have to give it to Suba.
Yep, well, let's see the lineup that eSuba are going to be bringing with them, and in turn see the lineup from Gohard as well. Now, Gohard, as you're saying, Dak, you're going to be attacking, eSuba defending. Now, last time these teams met, we were talking about it earlier, eSuba absolutely dominated Gohard on the defense.
The question is, again, does Skarium and the I7 carry Binos? Because with Binos, you can go to the number 2 base, sit on there and spot the RU. If he doesn't, that kind of implies that they want to go towards the left side and play from that point on. eSuba, again, they can do whatever they want. They can go a B line, but they can also defend on the 8-9 line. As defender, it is a choice, whatever you prefer doing. It's like this lineup works on either side.
So, Gohard sitting match point here, 4-3 up against eSuba. Now we're going to go to round 2 here of steps. It's there for the taking for Gohard. Momentum is in their favour, but stats-wise, it's eSuba who are in favour, so this one is impossible to predict really, and Frawley hasn't made the first climb.
It doesn't really matter, because most of the Gohard is going to go set up in a trap on the back lines. They're expecting eSuba to play very aggressive 9-0 like they've done before. But they didn't. And if Frawley makes the climb here on the second try, if he does it quickly on the second try, then they're in a good position. Because, I mean, yes, nice Frawley. Nice.
So Farchek has gone hyper-aggressive through the middle road, Daki, with the spot there onto Overus.
Yeah, but if Frawley still makes the climb here, he still has a little bit of time before the Gohard bat shots get in position. Then eSuba is still in a good situation, because, you know, right now they're figuring out, okay, there's nobody here. Gohard's going to go aggressive on the east, but if Frawley is all the way up, we've seen it, it's going to be hard, because he can reset and spot. And I've checked the bat shots and the I7. None of them have binos of some sort. All of them have shooting equipment, 1 or 2 bat shots with optics, which I don't think will be enough just about to spot the RU. But Frawley, ooh, he spotted.
Frawley is spotted, he's not safe at the moment. Skarium gets a high roll there, 5-1-3. Nice, good bit of damage there onto Frawley. Now, Frawley is able to say to the rest of his team, hey, everyone's over here, you guys need to reposition and kind of come back.
I wonder just how safe Frawley is right now. He's actually decently safe. He can still reset, but it's going to cost him.
Now, when I say high roll at 5-1-3, I mean in respective of Frawley's damage, but he takes another shot as well. He's down to a 1 shot.
The thing is, there was no need for him to commit there. There was no point. He could have just, you know, waited until he had to reset. I don't know what he's trying to achieve now.
He's going to get himself killed, and then that's going to be totally worthless, because it's an easy shot for Skarium.
Well, the thing is, eSuba is going for Annihilator right now, so Gohard needs to react to this, because they're going to lose Nile for sure. He's dead. He's even reloading at this point.
Nile taking a truck ton of damage at the moment. He is between a rock and a gun. Now, Overus is getting shot. There's a crossfire from Zafarchik in the background, being super sneaky at the moment, and Overus is on fire, burning away there. He wants to go in and get the kill on Nile, but Coca-Collapse gets the kill on Andrew at the moment. Tomasek on Skarium, Maga on Pratalicek. It is a head-for-head battle at the moment. eSuba have lost 2 tanks, but look at this. Look at the counter-attack coming back in here for Gohard. They are sweeping in to the tanks of eSuba, and Gohard are like saying, no, we want this. We want the round. We want the map, and we're going to take it right to you.
It's not over just yet. The HP here is very even between the two, even though eSuba doesn't have that many tanks. Komad needs to run, needs to get out of there. He needs to take some risk in the way he crosses the field, because he needs to run very far, because Gohard should cut him off through the middle road. They're not right now. It's not over yet. I mean, eSuba can still do it. Yes, they're 2 guns down compared to Gohard, but they're probably still alive. Komad is still running, and I think Komad might actually just about get away.
Zafarchik chasing him all the way down here as Kaizu and Coca-Collapse are coming in with him at the moment. Combat leading Gohard on a merry chase all the way around the map here. excuse me, at the moment. Failware with a dead gunner, dead driver, is sitting in the middle. Kaizu gets a shot over but misses. Zafarchik shot and missed as well. And Combat is now over the rails.
And they're not going to commit on that because Zafar is spotted. He would take damage for it. He's still going to commit, and that's what I'm talking about. Damage taken. They're now going to back off, and they're going to probably play for the cap because it's the only option they have right now.
Combat did take a parting shot there from Coca-Collapse. And Zafarchik took shots as well. But I mean, that was time played into eSuba's favour. Gohard were not able to shoot anyone there. They weren't able to get any map positioning there. The entire time they just spent roughly about a minute to 30 seconds there chasing Combat across the map. And they're still not done. Kaizu, Coca-Collapse and the other teammates are coming over. Combat has one more shot to make. Coca-Collapse missing with his shot. He's going to try and ram him. Goes over the top. Combat is going to go down here. He does go down, but in return, Tomasek gets a kill onto Kaizu. Tomasek in this area as well. Are they going to go for him now as well, Daki?
Yeah, he's pretty dead, and there were some misses there. Even more, that's the second miss from Tomasek, and now he's pretty dead.
Now it's just a numbers game at the moment. It is 5 guns of Gohard against 3 of eSuba. Now 2 of eSuba, one of them being Lukin, one of them being Frawley up on the hill with low HP. He's in a one-shot. Can Failware fight here against Lukin? One more shot for Lukin, one more shot for Failware. Failware wants that kill, but no! He goes down to Lukin. I mean, this is it, done and dusted. Gohard are going to pick up this map, they're going to pick up the round, and they're going to pick up the win against eSuba. And that means Gohard are now going to be the first team to have a 4-win streak here.
Yeah, you can see eSuba there just about losing out on this one, especially because Frawley didn't make the climb and it did cost them dearly. I mean, you could see it. If he makes the climb, I don't think they get in trouble there because he would be up all the way. Now they committed to reset. They lost 3 tags for it, pretty much. Maga will finish off Lukin now. Frawley the last man standing, and I don't think he can do this.
Frawley on a wing and a prayer, mate, but I don't think it's going to happen because anyone can trade health with you, and Maga might even just ram you just to finish you off. But no, Maga gets the killing shot, and Gohard win this one 5-3. That was a very strong counter-attack from Gohard down the bottom of the map when they lost Annihilator, and I think that was what swung it in their favour.
Yeah, they're catching out the tanks there. They killed one guy before he even got close. I think it all revolves around Frawley not making the climb. He's probably saying, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. So with Suba forced into an overcommitment on a flying they might not want to have go in the first place. If Frawley makes the climb there, then he gets up. Gohard taking the right decision, coming off the cap. Well, abandoning Skyrim pretty much and going back towards the rocks to kill the remaining tanks, then chasing. And even in when they went for combat, it could have been a little bit different. I think for one, Combat should have reloaded when he was running away. I understand he wants to keep 2 shots because he can kill Zafar if Zafar catches up. But at that point, if Zafar catches up, he's going to be pretty dead anyways because the rest comes in. He should have reloaded, and then there was misses. Tomasek missed like twice. Combat missed even 1 of the 2 shots he had. He missed. I mean, if he reloads, he has 5 shots. He could possibly do 2 or 3 when they come in, and then Tomasek makes his shot as well. Then it would become a close round, and it would actually still become a close round, but it didn't.
Looking here, 4.1k damage. Nearest to him is 2.5. I think, Daki, your prediction earlier on, I think we're going to have to hand it to him already as being top damage dealer here in the match.
Yeah, probably Lukin first and Failware
He's done
second.
some pretty outstanding damage in a couple of rounds here, to be honest. Coca-Collapse, then Annihilator. So Annihilator did manage to get 2 clips out before going down. 4th damage in the battle. There's something else that you pointed out as well, Daki, that was probably actually really important, is Frawley shot when he didn't need to and exposed himself to take a hit when he didn't need to. And that probably affected his situation as well. There was no need for him to peek when he did to get that shot off.
He went 1 shot before it was even needed. He could have let them cap a little bit more. He could have let Skyrim sit on there for like half a minute and then decapped, and then it would haven't cost this team so much time. But he did. It costed them. It is what it is. Gohard made the correct decisions. Frawley didn't make the climb. And then Combat, I think, didn't make the right decision either without not reloading. He reloads. Tomasek doesn't miss the first shot on Kaizu. I think Kaizu be dead, and then maybe Combat can do a little bit more, even 1 more shot of damage, do like 3 shots of damage perhaps. Yeah. That's a dead tank together with Tomasek, and then Tomasek can do more damage, and then perhaps there is, the chance there for some magic, some recovery, but not if the first 2 shots are missed already.
Yep. And fair play to Gohard. They're now on a win streak. They've now strung together a nice 4 wins.
Currently first.
4 wins in a row and now first in the league. Do remember, everyone who's watching right now, if Gohard win the league this season, Daki dyes his hair blonde. That is something Daki said himself he would do.
I'd look beautiful with blonde hair.
He would look lovely with blonde hair. Are you going to change the style if you do
But
it?
if Gohar wins, you should have to color yours purple.
No way. I'm not doing anything like that. Because we have grand finals after it, and I'm not going to go to the grand finals looking like a plum.
Like, you can just color it after again.
No, I don't know. I mean, it's already got a lot of dye in it just now to hide the grey, so I don't know what the combination would be like.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's how things went at the moment. We can see here that we won. Prokhorovka was both to Gohard, and then we went to Himmelsdorf, where they had a match each. And then how did it go, Daki?
Well, then it went favor of Suba.
On Ghost Town.
So they came back. Gohard won the first 3, Suba won the next 3, and Gohard won the last 2.
You're not going to try pointing? You're not sure about it?
So this is the map that Gohard won to. This is what Suba won to. This is where Suba picked up their first round, and this is where Gohard won the first 2. There we go.
Well done.
Thanks, man.
It's everyone. It looks easy, but it's reversed. It's not as easy.
Post-match stats are going to be such a surprise.
It's got to be looking, but how much
Looking
more damage did Failware do more than Annihilator? Excellent, Daki. Well put opinion there. Oh, look. And where's Annihilator, Daki?
It's okay. I still have Failware on my team as well, on the one that matters.
He's not on this page, Daki.
But then you're forgetting, I also have players that you didn't pick. Remember Nexus, who did really
Nexus
well?
and Stefan did well yesterday, yeah. I'll give you that. Yep. So, yeah, I mean, looking great amount of damage there. 2.5 and Failware 2.5, so both being the main damage dealers for team. Looking actually coming top damage overall, despite his team losing. That's always impressive when you see that in a team. Always
yeah, he
impressive.
did really well. He had a few massive rounds.
Monster games, yeah. Solo carries in the 1-1-3.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive what he did there. Kaizuko Collapse starts having a nice game. Nile actually not that bad.
He's top of the second page.
No,
that counts for something.
all the first like number 3 to 8 Nile have like 13k damage, all of them. So it's actually very close. He actually had a decent performance. Not that bad actually. It was actually okay. I'll take that.
I'll take
because
that.
I have the Nexus pick and the Stefan pick. Did you have the Stefan and Nexus?
No, all three of us have Alien, Mayland, and let's see, Breakneck, Alien, and Mayland is who we all have.
So I did better because I had Stefan and Nexus, and they did really well.
Potentially you've done better, but Annihilators cost you points where I've been able to gain.
No,
them
I
with
think
Failware.
Niall still gets like 400 plus points for this.
Well, I don't know. We'll find out. It's all dependent on Mayland and Milosh as well, because
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't have Milosh.
I have Milosh, so.
I hope Milosh really gets wrecked.
What a lovely, kind guy. So kind, Daki.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy, Daki? Okay, so that's us down one match. We have another match still to go, which is going to be Oops versus Ding. They faced each other at the start of the season, and Oops were the first team able to defeat Ding. But since then, Oops have had very mixed fortunes. Only played 6 matches so far, and I think they've only won 2 out of 6. So really not going well in their favour, so I can actually double check that. Yes, they're 3 for 3 at the moment, Oops. So both teams vital, looking to get the win. Ding only actually lost recently against Krasnokru as well, so they've had a very rocky season. Should be a very interesting match. So we're going to have a wee break, Daki, and then we'll be right back after that, so don't go anywhere, and we'll see you soon. Good evening and welcome back to the Wargaming EU Season 2 League. My name, Ektar, his name, Dekelzor. It's not quite the intro for the league that we normally go with, but that's what we're rolling with tonight. Looking forward to this match, Deki?
Yes. It's going to be great. It's going to be truly amazing.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be a terrific match. Absolutely amazing.
Oops versus
Hopefully, and
Ding.
if it goes 5-0 now, I'm actually going to like...
I want a 5-0. I would love a 5-0 between these two, to be honest.
No!
Oops, 5-0 Ding would be amazing.
No.
But I don't know. I don't want either team to win because they've both got like.
I don't think it's going to be 5-0 either. I mean, it kind of depends on what kind of form Ding comes into the match and what kind of form Oops comes into the match, because Oops have struggled this season. They were the first team to take down Ding, but have been absolutely disastrous after, it's fair to say, for what the lineup they have. They'll be like, oh, they still have like 8 points. But yeah, they have the lineup that we would consider as an all-star lineup, and it's not been working so far. And here you see these players again. I mean, you can go over them. There shouldn't be any weak links in here. You obviously have the stronger individual skilled players such as Miloš, Mailand, Decha. I'd say those three are like the primes in their team. And then you have the secondaries, you know, Spoink, Camille. Camille does pretty well from time to time, Insane, Silans. And then you have the tactical people, Insane and Dead Zone.
The media zone.
The media zone.
I believe he likes to be called.
Sometimes does damage. Most of the time.
He's an all-star player. He can do damage to the enemy team. He can do damage to his own team. You know, so I mean,
well, it's very hard to be tweeting.
Versatile.
It's very hard to be tweeting hashtag and to be playing at the same time. You know.
Yep, I'm pretty sure Miloš will never forgive him for that one on Himmelsdorf where he rattled him in the back of the IS-7.
Miloš was like, "You were my friend, and you betrayed me."
Boom! Right in the back of the head.
You're supposed to be friends.
I could have almost swung that fight as well, but they were still able to
Imagine
win that
if you
one.
set him on fire.
That would have been beautiful.
Or Amoraked him.
It would have been beautiful, to be honest. But that was then, this is now. Now, I spoke to Mailand earlier on this week about their team's previous fortunes and looking ahead to this week. Let's have a listen into that conversation. Okay, so Mailand, so far this season you've had a bit of a difficult start, winning only 3 out of 7 matches. What do you feel is the main reason, if you like, for Oops having a difficult start to Season 2?
I think our main reason right now is the problem of getting those new players properly integrated into the team. I mean, we have absolutely beast players, but we just have to make them work. And somehow the team synergy is not there yet that we kind of developed towards the end of last season. So I hope that's something that will come now, and we will improve because of that.
Okay, yep. Now, speaking of the players you've brought in, I mean, Oops does have quite a team of all-star players, if you like. Now, within the team, do you have a main shot caller or field commanders, many people call the position as well? Or is it something that's generally like a group discussion, like a group consensus?
Yeah, I mean, it changed from last season. Last season, there was mainly Insane doing all the calls and kind of putting the tactics together. And this season, it changed a bit. It's still mostly Insane, but he's supported by kind of everybody. But it's Miloš and Dead Zone giving the most input on possible rotations, possible moves. But in the end, it's still mostly Insane, our genius, who does the right calls.
Okay. Now, looking ahead to this weekend, you have a rematch against Ding this weekend. Now, you beat them on day one, and they have been looking a bit ropey, a bit unsettled recently. How confident are you going into this matchup?
Well, if I would look at Ding, how there's at their situation right now, I would be comfortable, or I would feel very comfortable playing against them and beating them. But if I look at our situation right now, I don't feel as comfortable. But I think if we just get focused, if we can get some kind of team synergy going that's missing right now, then we can do it again, of course. We showed it that it's possible, so why not repeat it?
Okay, well, best of luck for you and your team this weekend, and hope you can string together more than a 2-match win streak.
Thanks, Hector.
In between that interview and now, Ding have lost to Kazna. So unexpected. So Ding, you know, not looking the strongest at all.
Well, it's still unexpected, you know. Losing has become a second nature for them, but that's
Dude, they've won 4, they've lost 4 now. You know, it's they lost against Kazna, they bounced back, and they won against Isuba.
But
in return, Kazna then lost their match after Ding, showing once again that if you...
kind of nullifies their Ding win, by the way.
I mean, it just shows that if you
losing
beat
against
Ding, you
Gunrunners really nullified their...
But Gunrunners defeated Ding as well.
Yeah, but still it nullified the win against Ding, because they're like, okay, we won against Ding, we take a lead, and then they lose against Gunrunners, and they lose the lead they have. So there's that. But oops, team synergy is indeed a thing for Ding. That team synergy, it's a little bit different. They've been together for a longer time. They have undergone small roster changes throughout the seasons now. I mean, ever since Kuric and Breakneck joined and such, it's only been Maraka that got...
sent out to pastures new.
Yeah, pretty much.
And now he's got a new home with Utopia and doing quite well, actually, for himself. Better than his old team are doing, you know, so... But maybe Maraka was the magic that held Ding together.
We should see the team sheet of Ding and talk about their latest acquisition there.
God, no,
Urban, the man who can. He's the best of the best. He's the prime. He's the pinnacle of this league. Sheesh, the animal. You know why he's called the animal? Because he plays like an animal. He is an animal. He's absolutely insane. He's no stopping. When he gets into the lineup, it's going to be shocking. He's going to break some necks. It's not going to be diplomatic whatsoever.
How much money did he pay you for that well-rehearsed joke there?
I'm just very positive about Sheesh. I mean, what else is there to say? He's just going to create dead zones.
I think Sheesh is going to be on the bench for Ding for the entire season, and we won't see him. Sheesh, the animal.
You know why that is?
A new signing for Ding, for anyone confused by that.
I have a perfect explanation to why Sheesh is not going to play this season. Hear me out. Sheesh is just such an amazing individual, such an amazing player that is just not fair towards the other teams to put Sheesh in. They will only put him in the highest times of needs. When it's like tiebreaker at the LAN finals, they'll be like, Sheesh, this is your moment. Save us.
So what about maybe like a tiebreaker against Kazna Crew when you were previously 4-0 up? Is that not an important enough battle when you get 5-0 reverse sweeps?
Not important enough. It's just online. It's just online. Sheesh doesn't spend his time on online matches.
Yeah, when you start a season, when you had a previous season undefeated, and then you're now 4 for 4.
It's still online. Sheesh only gets when the party is real, you know, when it really matters.
Sheesh is going to worm that bench all season and will only feature if somebody in the starting Ding lineup is ill or has connection
Actually,
issues.
when one of the starting lineup from Ding is like absolutely unable to play.
And they all speak Russian, and Sheesh is just going to be sitting there going,
Sí, señor.
No speak Russian.
Habla español.
And then he's just going to press his soundboard and things are going to go.
Let's focus back onto the match.
Yes.
Onto
Enough
the
about Sheesh. We've talked about Sheesh enough. There'll be enough Sheesh faces in chat right now if you're a subscriber to Weenus Watt Twitch channel. Let's look at
people.
The map lineup right now. Prokhorovka, Himmelsdorf, Runeberg, Steps, Cliff.
These maps, I've seen them before almost. Prokhorovka, Himmelsdorf were in the last series. Runeberg was not. There we had Ghost Town and Steps, so it's the same map pool except for Runeberg, and it's going to be interesting.
Map, yeah.
I have some stuff marked here, so let's go over it quickly. Prokhorovka, Ding, played it 8 times. They've not won a single time on the attack. Absolutely disastrous for them. Second off, for Ding, Steps to the 4th map. They haven't won on the attack either. 3 times played, not a single attack win, even though last season they were the best team on it by far. For Oops, now the question is... For Oops, the thing is, they've played Runeberg once. They've had not won. So it's going to be interesting to see how they come into that one. And then Steps, just quickly cheating here. They are terrible on that. They have not won an attack and 33% on the defense. And if you remember, one of those things was Spoink getting raped in the RU with the RT, and Spoink dying against Sigo as well from the, what was it? Was the M53 from Sigo, I think.
Yes, he got wrecked up on that hill. Now, your predictions for this one, you said earlier on you thought Ding.
I'm going to go 5-3 for Ding.
I'm going to go tiebreaker, oops win, or oops 5-3. Oops 5-2. Let's have a look at the lineups and see what we're going to get on our first map. Now, we're going to see Oops defending against Ding attacking here on Prokhorovka.
Well, Ding, 113 I7, no real surprise there for them. But Oops with that E5, they could do the A6 thingy that Kazna did yesterday. Perhaps on A6 like we saw. Let's see if Ding knows a counter against it now, because a lot of teams have been using it now with that SDRV, possibly going to go A1 because they have the RU251. Again, this is going to be interesting because Ding have really struggled on the attack. So you have to give this round to Oops just stats-wise. Depending on how Oops split it out, it looks standard. It looks to be centered towards the middle with 1-2.
Okay, well, let's find out how things go. It's all square here on the first round. We are going to go to Prokhorovka. Now here we go, Oops, red team defending into Ding, the blue team attacking. Now we know that S-Tank, the potential it can go to, it looks like it's going that way. It's going to be Sealance playing it, Daki. Do you think Ding are going to take that bait? It doesn't look like it.
Interesting to note here, there's no Insane in this lineup, so interesting to see that come out of the boys from Oops here. Algo just making a middle spotting run, no surprise there, and they're actually doing a different kind of trap. Look what is in the 6 line. It's 2 bad shots and an E5 sitting in those bushes.
Interesting. We've not really seen this before from Oops.
What they want is for somebody to push onto Milosh, like we've seen been done before. Like actually happened against Ding, if you remember what Kazna crew did. They pushed on towards that I7 and it actually worked out for them. They want that to happen, and then they will just kill the first guy that comes over.
Trying to bait out Breakneck, but Breakneck here in the 1-1-3. Normally you see the 2 heavies in the middle here like this, just trade shot for shot with each other. Milosh has 2 tanks to worry about now. He has Shockish and Breakneck, so has to watch which way he's going to get shot at and from which side.
Yeah, you'll be fine for now though. I mean, I think between Break and Shock, they can't really do much against Milosh. They'll try, but Milosh should be safe so far. Question is going to be, how is Ding planning on breaking this defense here? Can they blind fire Algo? Will be hard, but if they can make that RU low HP, where we saw what happened. Even if Ding killed Isna last time, it didn't win them the round. So, you know, it's the question. I think
we've saw it as well before when Alien used to play with Kazna crew. Alien in a bat chat has no hesitation about going for a heck of a lot of ammo blind firing.
Yeah, he will blind fire. I mean, realistically, in the bat shot, more than 10 shots is no way. You're not going to need. 10 shots would be 4k damage pretty much. So, should be enough. Break and Milosh and Shockish still trading so far. Not really a winner out of that. Kuritz is now going to get onto the hill. He's probably going to make a spotting run, check if there's somebody in the C8 houses, because people like to sit there in those bushes, and then move on to the 0 line and spot from there.
Positive has fired out 2 shots from his position, but I guess he's trying to hit what, perhaps Milosh? I mean, it looked like Deca and E5 was spotted out. There's a shot from Sealance in the S-Tank getting Breakneck as he peeked over there a bit too much, trying to get a shot on Milosh. Now, we have the viewpoint here from Deca. There's the shots come out. Crossfire at the moment. Positive now able to connect. Deca's got to turn around, snap one back. 410. See a push coming over here from the other tanks though. Melan and Camille are going over. They're going to try and take out here Shockish. Melan taking damage. In the meantime, Breakneck's going to come over and try and save his teammate, but it might be too late. Shockish is going to be the first one to fall here. First blood to Ding, but how much damage are Camille and Melan going to take here? Not a lot, because now Breakneck has been focused by Milosh, and Melan and Camille still have shots to put into him. The rest of Ding are nowhere near being able to cover their teammate.
They finally got Algo, but it's a little bit too late for Ding at this point, because Hooknick is still getting wrecked by the SDRV from the back lines. That's Silon with the dead zone there, spotting that 1-2 line position, and Ding proving again attack is not their strong suit. I mean, they can still recover, but they're 2k down, and the tanks are kind of split all over the place.
Positive getting the kill on Deca now as Positive and Kreetz coming in here at the back. Mertorius taking damage now. Camille and Mayland in this middle area. Positive has 2 shots. Where does he put them? Kreetz can still do damage as well. Meri is running away in the middle. Dead Zone was shooting at him. Just look at the HP here of Milosh and Camille falling like a rock. Milosh is now gone down. Camille's on a 1-shot. Mayland is on a 1-shot. And Ding look to have wrestled control back of this match. But Sealance and Dead Zone still have a lot of HP. Can they make it work in their favour?
Perhaps we'll have to see, but the Dead Zone needs to get into the fight now. Meritorious is doing a decent amount of damage. Finally, Mayland goes down. Him killing Kreetz was already too much, and Dead Zone's still on reload, and they're going to lose Camille.
Camille's gone down, Dead Zone's came off reload, but he doesn't want to commit, he doesn't want to push in that area because he knows there's a girl sitting back there. Hulknick just take a shot from Sealance and he has a dead gunner, but now all 3 tanks here from Ding are going to push into Dead Zone and Sealance can just sit back and watch this one as his teammate goes down. Great tracking shot there from the Dead Zone, but no, Hulknick picks up the kill. Sealance is the only one left and looks like Ding might actually be taking this one now, Daki.
Yeah, they're just about keeping control over this one. Positive now shooting from the back lines, Helion from the other side. That S-Tank having so much HP but not sharing it. He goes down. And great play there from Ding to wrestle control back of this match. I was kind of worried there when Mayland started to do that second clip because Kreetz was so focused on Camille. Mayland shot at Positive and then Kreetz was still shooting at Camille. And it's like, Kreetz?
Yeah.
Over there.
Get the other guy, get the gun out of the game.
But he did. Mayland didn't, and he didn't manage to connect to Meri on the move either, which we saw in the end was crucial because Meri survived on a 1-shot until Sealance killed him. Sealance had to kill Meritorious because he's the quickest to come over, because when Helion pushes on towards the Dead Zone, you know, he's always going to get there, right?
Yeah.
He has enough HP. And then Meri is the one that gets there quickest. Although in this situation, it was almost better for Sealance to maybe kill Hulknick, so Dead Zone could do more damage, because Hulknick just removed the rest of the HP from the Batchat. But then again, there was still Positive. Yeah, where did it go? Where did it go wrong?
It swung both ways for each team there. I mean, Oops
I
had that
don't know
advantage.
What I don't understand is how they lost Milosh.
I think it was he rolled over and it was the tank still sitting down in the bottom corner, the bottom left corner. Let's have a look at the stats and see where the damage came from in that battle. We can see the top damage dealer, Hulknick, and Positive there. Hulknick being able to farm 3 key damage in the gorilla with 3 kills as well. Then Mayland coming top damage for Oops.
Yeah, and Helion Meritorious also doing a nice amount of damage to Milosh as well, but still surprised that he died like that, because I wasn't paying attention to him, but he kind of just died
He rolled over. He wanted to get the shots into Breakneck, I believe it was, who's in the middle. So I guess in doing that, to roll over the middle to get shots at Breakneck, you're sitting on the middle ridge, which means all 3 tanks in that bottom left corner can then shoot across into him. So
yeah, but realistically, he should be alive for so much longer. Like at least one of their heavy tanks, either Deca or Milosh. I mean, they did a decent amount of damage, right? That's correct. But I think if one of them survives, they can do so much from that middle area, from that middle ridge. Like Meritorious wouldn't be safe, Hulknick wouldn't be safe. They could have done so much. I think one of them needed to survive, really. I mean.
Yep. I mean, it's quite a difficult one to call there. It was strongly in Oops' favour at the start. They take 2 heavies out there. If they could survive,
they lost
their
heavies as well.
Yeah.
So it became an equal trade. And then Positive was, you know, unchecked. Nobody really was controlling him. He came in later in the game from the side, and it was the ruining factor almost, like it's to say. And if they had one heavy tank alive, I think they would have won that, actually.
Possibly, yeah, if they had a bit more HP to trade. Now we're going to be going into round 2 in a few moments. This time we're going to see the team swap position. Let's actually have a look at the lineups where we can see the tanks being used here and who's bringing what, as Oops are now going to be in attack with Ding on the defense.
Double Gorilla. Double Gorilla is hard to pull off. We've seen it in the CIS League. Actually, they played with 3 and it worked. So we'll have to see if Oops can pull it off. STRV from Ding, E5, I7, 3 batches on RU. Kind of standard, you know, it's the standard lineup now. STRV for A1 and the E5 and I7 to play the middle. The bat shots to either make a trap in A6, in A8, sorry, or to go towards A0, and then the RU to spot from E2. But Oops here with the double grill, they can focus in the beginning on blind firing if they want from the 1-2 line, trying to hit the bushes. But they can also go aggressive towards the eastern side. What it looks like to me is that they will go middle first and try and blind fire the bushes and try and get some connections, and then maybe later on go towards the eastern side.
Well, let's see if you're right with that prediction, Daki. Let's go into round here. Prokhorovka. Ding currently lead. Oops. 1-0. But if there's anything that's for sure in this league is that, well, past results going to count for nothing right now, as every match can go every way right now.
Okay, so they chose not to blind fire. That's also an option that we talked about. They can go eastern side. They can do the same thing from there, though. They can blind fire the houses in the beginning. The C9 buildings there where defender likes to leave a bad shot to spot from. But dang, look at this. They are reading this. They're trying to counter already.
Ding setting up shop on the right-hand side of the map, as are Oops. It will be interesting to see if we get an entire fight on this side of the map from that area. Generally doesn't happen on this map. Milos getting boosted a little bit there by Spoink coming over the hill. Mailand and Camille leading the charge.
What I guess will happen is they'll send Milos down the hill first because he's an IS-7 and he will be able to take the beating from everybody. Shokish needs to be careful there in the middle, but I think he'll be alright for now, hopefully. So I guess they'll at one point send Milos first down the 0 line because he has the heavy tank. He can take the most beating. He's most likely to bounce something. I mean, you know, really, either him or the 113, right? But the 113 is on the bottom side, so it looks like Milos. And then going to try and hit something with the gorillas. Perhaps send the IS-7 first and push behind them with the 2 bad shots. But first, they're going to try and use Algo.
Viewpoint here of Algo in his player view here as he's running over into this area. Gets himself hulled down. Please, little peekaboo fires off a blind shot into that area beside the building. We have seen Positive get absolutely destroyed there in a past match. Positive sat beside that building in a bush. I think he was blind fired or spotted, but the first couple of shots that came in tracked him and he went down within a mere matter of seconds. Now, viewpoint at the moment of Shokish is Algo doing the scouting ring, as you said, Daki. Who's going to spot him first, and is he going to spot anyone back in return?
He will spot Positive, but I think he'll get clipped from Alien from the top of the hill. At least he should.
Turning and running. Milos actually coming down at the back. Now Milos got tracked, but he can get a shot into Positive. Milos taking 2 shots in return for that. Algo still ducking and diving at the moment, avoiding shots at the moment. Milos is now hulled down at the moment where he is, and he knows where Breakneck is, Positive is, and just missed a shot there from Alien over his head. Alien now puts one into the dead zone. Alien, however, is dead. He is gone. Algo got a killing shot. Alien exposed himself by firing, and he went down in an instant there from the guns of Oops.
Yeah, and Oops is now going to push forwards because they see Breakneck, and Break is not going to withstand this for very long. He can do as much damage as he can, and he's doing actually a little bit too much even for this point. And dang, they're just about even, but they're 2 guns down. The fact that they have going for them, though, is that the Gorillas, Camille's getting wrecked. He's dead.
Shokish comes round and they're able to get a pick as they push round in the middle here. This fight is happening in the top corner of the map, exactly as I said, Daki. Something we don't normally see here. Look at Oops, they are pinned in here, and Ding are just trying to surround them, trying to squeeze in like a vice to get the final kills. But Ding only have 3 tanks alive. Oops have 6 guns to them. Can they make them count? Can they get them focused on Ding at the moment? Shokish gets the kill on Deca, but there are still 5 guns for Oops against the 3 of Ding, and Ding for Shokish is a dead driver. Mary has a dead commander. He can't have very good vision, and Mary's a 2-shot as well.
The thing is, Malan is still on top of the hill, and if he plays it correctly, he'll be able to deal with all these heavies, and Mary is the first one to go.
Mailand playing whack-a-mole here. He's able to shoot, being unspotted at the moment. Gets the kill on Mary, who doesn't have the commander to look back and see where that came from. Shokish has very sluggish movement without that driver. Hulknik, if he can get himself in a good position, might do damage, but what can Mailand do here?
That.
He can wreck him is the answer, as Mailand is just having a one-man show here. Oops, smell blood. They're going in for the kill here. Shokish is the last one to go. Dead zone picking up the kill, and it is 1-1 all squared on the first map here.
Yeah, some mistakes there from Ding. Alien getting spotted. You don't want to get spotted in A0 when they have 2 gorillas. Didn't really work out for him. Once he got spotted, he went down instantly. You could see how quickly he disappeared. Yes, the RV really didn't get the effect what they wanted. If maybe the STRV would have made it to A0, it'd be different, because he would perhaps not get spotted, but Alien getting spotted, dead. And then Breakneck, dead. Then Positive, the next one dead. The HP was even. Like, for the most part of the battle, the HP was even. But the fact is that there's 2 heavy tanks, which didn't do anything.
Yep,
I mean, they might have done nice damage, but like in terms of helping their teammates, didn't do anything.
I'll be honest, at the start of that fight, when Alien went down in an instant and then Breakneck right after him, all I could think is, rip my fantasy points. But I was safe in the knowledge knowing that you and Mojo also have Alien and Breakneck in your team as well. I have Milosh in my team in this one, and I also have Mayland. So I have 4 players in this team, in this matchup right now. So it's heartbreaking watching them shooting against each other.
A nice damage there for Milosh as well, but Mayland as well. Breakneck still doing okay. Even when getting wrecked, he did 1.5, which is fine. So you don't get to be too happy about that one.
That's good for all of us, though. So that's good. Mojo has Bihu is the other one he has, but we have Mayland, Alien, Breakneck all in this battle for all 3 of us. And then
you have Milosh.
Me with Milosh. Alien, one shot. He got that one shot he fired at the start and then got wrecked in return for it. He got absolutely pummeled. Creets went down really quickly as well. I'll go RU251, 8th place there, Daki. 8th on damage.
Yeah, it's decent. It's not something spectacular. It's not like a carry performance from the RU. I think he even got the finish off of on Alien. So, I mean, decent amount of damage there from the RU. Oops, making the right moves and ding. If they were expecting this, they could have possibly put like the E5 there as well. I don't understand why they just didn't leave the I7 alone and put the E5 there as well to counter. But it is what it is.
Himmelsdorf now. Business as usual, I'm guessing, from Ding. Fairly standard tactics, nothing new.
This is a map I'm going to give to Ding 2-0 though.
2-0?
Yeah.
Bold.
They should be much better on it, even if they go standard. I don't know if Oops is going to be able to break it.
So you just don't think Oops can deal with the experience of Ding in this map?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, let's have a look at the lineups and see if that might influence your decision or change your mind here, Daki.
Double ice, 4 on the fence. No, doesn't change it. I still stand by it. Double T10 from Oops. That kind of limits the cap pressure they could possibly put. You know, with the T10s, you want to rotate. You want to catch out anybody. If you want to cap, you have to put a T10 on the cap, which is risky. So they have to push at one point almost. You have to say it.
FV is there as well. I mean, it's
a standard pick on attack. You know, you can shoot towards the window. You only need one shot from him to change the game. So there's that. But looking for Oops to make a push at one point.
Yep, well, let's find out if they can do it or not. It's all square here, 1-1 between Oops and Ding. Let's go to Himmelsdorf. Now, Oops, red side are attacking, and they're going into Ding on the blue side defending. Oops immediately coming down the K-line here and only sending 2 tanks up towards the hill. Ceylon's actually waiting in that sniper position you told me about previously.
He's going to try and hit somebody on the corner, but I don't think anybody from Ding will be going there. Maybe I'll be wrong, because the Ice 4 seems to be heading towards that direction. 50Bs here, Kamil and Mayland together. So cute, but that's Hulkling there. He needs to be careful, because Ceylon's is aiming right there.
Ceylon's aiming right at where Hulknik is. Milosh spots out Hulknik. Does a shot connect with him? Not at the moment, it seems to be, as he's able to get away. Ceylon's did shoot, but he missed.
Shot at Greece, but didn't connect. So he's now going to go back on towards the hill. I mean, Oops just splitting up in the beginning, getting the I7 onto the G6,
nice.
G7 window. Nice connection. That always happens, because Alien always has to cross back over. He always takes that shot.
Nice shot there from Milosh there into Alien. Nice bit of damage there as well.
Yeah, nice connection onto the 50B. Silence wasn't ready for that one, but Alien always takes that shot on the crossing, so no real surprise there. Now, Oops, sending 2 50Bs towards the rails. They might try and play against Breakneck, but Breakneck, with all this experience, I don't think he's going to be caught out by anything from these 50Bs.
He's going to be ready for that indeed, I imagine. Now, Creet's moving down here as well, beside Breakneck, and Shockish holding position above him. We're looking at the viewpoint of Camille and Maylan here as they're aiming towards Breakneck. And there's Creet's, as I mentioned, that came down that side as well, and he's going to be the initial scout, see if he can pop across, and he will see the two AMXs here if he just peeks out a little bit further, but looks like his nerves got the better of him, and he's like, actually, you know what, guys? I'm not going to do that.
There's no point for him to peek that aggressive. He has breakneck spotting there as well. Spoink got spotted out on the hill, so they know he's there. But so far, so good for Ding. I mean, they took that one shot of damage on Alien. Now the question is, how is Oops going to break this? Because they've done it before, and then they pushed through the courtyard. But then it was with like 2 bad shots, so they went through the courtyard for 5 line and tried to catch them out. They might go for something similar this time.
Yep, that was how Oops won the tiebreaker against Ding in fantastic fashion, actually. It was quite a quick and dominating performance, and they finished it with something like 7k HP still on the board available to them. Now, right now the HPs are about even. Ding did have a slight advantage, but that has already been reduced with the shot from Milosh across into the side armor of Alien. Things are static at the moment, but there is a rotation now coming from Oops, where they're starting to gather up and go across the hill here, Daki. Now, is this the right play for them?
Maybe. I mean, they're grouping up on the hill. They're kind of leaving Milosh alone there in the bottom side. They're lucky that Ding doesn't have a Zafar on their team, because Milosh will already be getting flanked at this point in time. But yeah, I don't think Ding's going to try and catch Milosh out. Milosh has to run. He won't take any more damage on the way out, but he needs to be careful. Because Positive in the Grilla will give him a connection if he comes down 8 line, because Koritz will spot him again.
Milosh is going to go Banana Road.
Let's see.
He stopped. You can see his name just there on the right-hand side of the map.
Thing is, Koritz will still spot him if he goes for it, so Positive should be able to connect the shot. Here we go. Soon.
Okay. Okay.
Just trying to start good.
Oh, cheeky. Nope. He takes one right in the butt.
You could see what happened there. Milosh actually peeked out. He put his butt out, and even more.
Another shot coming in as well, and a third one. Milosh, you're playing with fire, mate, but it's working as a distraction in a way for the rest of your team to come down. Merry will get all the spots here on the hill now as the rest of the tanks come down. Milan, Dead Zone, I'll go. Everyone getting spotted right now. Let's go into the team speak of Oops and listen to their plan.
For me. Can we?
Oh, we're so fuck. Silence, you have to one-shoot this.
Yeah, I'm aiming.
I'm going Milosh.
Yeah,
Minor, if you go, you have to cross
me for free, for sure.
The 150B was already here.
Cross.
Keep on going, keep on going, keep on going.
Kill the IS-4 and cross. Minor, keep going. There are
yes,
there's
50B.
Open.
Guys, they care about 5 line then.
Yes. They're coming.
Milosh is not viable.
Yeah.
I cannot shoot the... I'm moving to shoot the...
Guerrilla shot.
Badget is here.
Eden minus 3 or 4.
He's shooting.
They're pushing, they're counter pushing. We need everyone here. Spawn, come close, fast.
I'm coming fast as I can.
Silence, you need to head shot. Go back.
Yes. I'm fine.
Shot 2.
Guys, 50B,
I'm moving down.
Eden is coming.
I will shoot you.
Yes.
I finish.
Play behind the rack.
Grilla shot.
Milan, bist du leer? Shield. Wir haben Constant Shooters. Need to shoot us now.
Get behind me.
Grilla.
Dead Zone, get behind me.
Kill Grilla, guys.
Kill Grilla.
Why do you push me?
Plan Fiesta.
Finish him, guys. Let's focus fire. They have 2 one shots.
Finish him.
Nice.
I one shot only.
Dead Zone, do damage behind you.
That's down. Just kill Shokish. I guess he's floating. Nice. Just kill him. You have time. Take your time, man.
I'm aiming the...
He's reloaded. Dead Zone. He could be reloaded already.
He's reloaded.
Somebody help me, please.
You can peek to the right, Dead Zone. To the right.
Yes, peek to the right.
Nice.
I'm reloading.
The 90 might peek soon.
Correct is full HP. Positive is 1 shot. Breakneck is 1500.
You need to keep Silence alive.
I'm going to this... No.
Silence can go there and just cap pressure?
Yes.
Okay.
Ammo, yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna go here.
I need to push August rack to the right. It's a bit risky, but I have to.
Just stay safe. I'm always better just to stay
No,
safe.
if I get this rack to the right, I can play safe. Look.
I'm not gonna spot the B line, okay? I need to spot the A line.
I'm spotting the 5 line. It's 5 line and only this corner. But guys, we need to shoot. The B line is the only issue that can shoot.
I need to...
This is the issue.
For this, no?
This is the issue.
Spoink.
I can go behind Minus rack.
I'm more...
Okay, I have to go around it. Shit.
Okay, I'm spotting the B line now.
Guys, they can go like this and...
Do it fast, Dead Zone. Do it fast.
Let them for free.
I'm going safe.
And watch out for the hill because there might be 90 going around. Just picking there and then.
Yes,
Oh my god, this shock is wreck is an issue.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm aiming 5 line.
Spoink has 3. Break is on 900.
I'm aiming P4.
I need help here. Oh.
Now Schwenk is a bit countering this, so he shouldn't pick from
Yeah,
there.
but
they're gonna push
They,
behind me.
they can kill him for free. Yes.
Can just
Yes.
Yes, go for it, go for it.
He has to play aggressive.
You go to the that
To
you
the
proxy
right.
this silence. That you proxy this even.
Okay.
That's when you should go more aggressive and spot this. This is spot
keep
this.
on-
You must
and
go
We
cool
have 2
down.
minutes 30.
You must go
So
cool down. That's one.
then you need to aim
Silence,
this. Aim here, silence. Aim here.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't leave the cap.
Back is already there. Point don't die.
I'm spotted.
There's 90 there, there's 90 there, there's 90 there.
90 to middle.
Watch out,
Back
kill
in,
it.
kill it.
Kill
I have to move.
He spotted all of us.
Fuck.
There's one go for the.
You need.
Go. You have to go for the
90s
left.
here.
Guys, silence.
The
You need to
90s
move. You
issue.
cannot stay.
Yeah, I know. I'm just waiting a bit.
And so close there, Daki, but it doesn't look like Oops are going to make this one.
Yeah, bad shooting there from Ding. Like, really, you gotta say it. Ilion was first blocking positive and Shockish when Hooknik was going in for the first time, so they wasted a lot of time there. And then I saw Shockish miss 2 shots. Like, I think 2, maybe even 3 shots. He didn't connect. Nice shot there from Silence, but still, I don't think it's enough because Koritz 1 or 2 resets from him and it's game over.
There's one already.
It's not game over yet, but.
But here's the thing, and this was something we noticed earlier on. There was a huge miss from Silence in the middle of all that fighting right now. Silence put one into the corner of a wall, and had he connected with that, that would have been a completely different situation for that team fight.
The thing is, I don't think the decision from Oops to cross was correct. I mean, when Ding came back in with Ilion, Shockish, Hulknik, and Meritorious, Spoink was out of the fight. I think if Shockish doesn't like miss those 2 shots, I think he missed 2 shots. It could have even been 3. But I saw him miss 2 shots for sure. That'd be dead zone.
Yeah.
That'd be a dead tank.
And we had the advantage of being able to look at the overlay because we can see both team reloads. And Oops were like, I don't think he's reload, take your time, dead zone. And we said pretty much the exact same time, you don't have time, dead zone, he's off reloads. And then it was the team advice that was quite cool. They're saying, okay, peek right. And
Peek
then
right, yes.
dead zone was able to get the
That's good,
kill.
but I still don't think,
Yeah.
I think if the Kranwagen from Shockish doesn't, miss 2-3 shots, then the tanks from Oops really don't survive that long whatsoever. I want to know what he did because I don't think it was enough.
Yep, well, let's have a look at the stats here. I've seen something that I want to talk about on the second page. I mean, top page here. Positive coming right back into it. He has had a couple of bad games recently, and it's good to see him back up on the first page and up quite high.
The thing is, I think this entire round was almost lost because Ding throwing it away. Not because of Oops winning it, but Ding throwing it away. Because when Hookning drives in with the IS-4, he does his job, right? He's the IS-4, he's driving in, he's taking the damage. But they were blocking each other, so they wasted 5 to 10 seconds. Now, if they drive in quickly, there's a big chance Hulk survives for a longer time.
Yeah.
Does more damage as well with his tank. If they don't block each other, it's a completely different thing.
Yeah, it could have been much, much closer. Creek's actually come in 7th place there in the AMX 3090, so...
If we saw him get the reset shot, that was crucial.
That just goes to show that there is obviously 7 more players behind Creeks, and the one I want to talk about here is Silence. 1 connection, 1 kill,
Well,
but he fired
there's
7 shots.
There's 3 in total I want to talk about. Silence didn't really get a big opening into this round like we want him to. That's 1. Second of all, Shockish really... 400 of this damage was onto Milosh. We saw him do it in the beginning, which means he had 4 shots when he pushed in. He connected just 2. Just 2 out of 4 with the Kranwagen. If he connects every single one, Dead Zone's dead. That's first of all. He's already dead. He doesn't survive. Algo, Dead Zone just die. Like, when Ilion comes in, Dead Zone and Algo are both dead. Like, Ilion clips, they're dead. Shockish didn't connect. That's a big mistake. Second of all, blocking from Ilion on towards the tanks. I don't know if he was afraid of something or the FV.
I think he just stopped because he wanted to get shots, but he didn't realize because he was stopping.
He was reloading.
The angle
He was reloading,
yeah.
so I don't know. If they don't block there, I think Hulknik does, He was also in those 3 guys I wanted to talk about. I think Hulkling does 2 or 3 shots of damage.
Yeah, because Hulknick, they shot at him, then they ran past him, and then they were on reload, and only the single shooters could hit him, and I was thinking,
Hulknick took all the damage, and then 5 seconds, the T10s were already reloaded. If the other tanks come around the corner, shield Hulknick a little bit. Hulk drives into the 5 line, gets on the corner, backside scrapes, and even then, he just keeps constantly shooting them. Like, miscommunication almost cost Ding this round.
Yep, it was very close. Oops almost had it, but not quite. Now, let's look at the lineups for round 2 here on Himmelsdorf. Is it going to go Ding's way? Are they going to make it 3-1? Or can Oops perhaps bring it back to 2-2?
So both teams again going with the... Well, both teams. Oops going last time with the FV, this time again. Ding now picking it as well. With 1-1-3 50B bad shot. Standard lineup there. Oops, a lot of 50Bs like we know. They like to play no 1-1-3s in this lineup. Keep in mind that. And Emil, the kind of says they want to put that in BA, but it's where a lot of teams put it to cover off the hill. I wouldn't be surprised. It's something we saw in the CIS server as well and on the EU server. So I wouldn't be surprised if they play him there.
Well, let's see if things go that way. It's going to be Oops, the red team attacking into... Sorry, Oops, the red team defending against Ding, the blue team attacking. We see now Mary giving Positive a little push, letting them go faster. As Oops go down the railway.
So with this tactic, Miloš is not going to go... I'd be surprised if he goes all the way to B8. Maybe I'm wrong. Actually, he's going to go towards the 8 line, I guess, because Spoink is going to spot the middle. This is risky stuff from Oops, though. I mean, committing a tank into the middle, he's going to take at least 1 or 2 shots from Elian. 1. That's good stuff there. But look at Oops. They're not slowing down. They're going super aggressive, but they're all spotted, which is the issue.
Hyper-aggressive push here from Oops. Can he make it work? No, Alien and Dead Zone take shots from each side at the moment. They're getting return fire at the moment. It's only gone on to Mary. 2 shots into Mary, but look at the damage already here taken by Oops. Camille's taken 2 shots. Deca's taken 1 shot. Now 2 shots. He's lost his gunner. Camille's tracked wherever he is. He's getting shot at the moment. Now Mayland face-hugging Breakneck at the moment. They're fighting that alleyway, which is normally horrible for camera work. Mayland picks up the kill on Breakneck. Breaking my heart here. Fantasy points rip, getting torn each way. But now we see the Dead Zone facing off against Shockish. And I don't think this push was worth it here, Daki, at the moment.
I don't think this push is going to work out much, but we'll see, because the HP is very even, because Elian just traded 1.3. Miloš is going to try and clean up. He gets Elian, that's important. He'll do 3 more onto Hulk, which will pretty much make him 1-shot range.
Hulk backs into Elian's wreckage. He tried to get back round the corner. He had nowhere to go. So that kill there from Miloš into Elian first actually allowed him to get the kill into Hulk as well. And Oops might be taking this one now. Oh! Huge deflection there off the front armor from Shockish. But Mayland then sees Mary, can go for him. And then he gets the kill on Shockish with the quicker reloads.
And actually this is going in favor of Oops right now. And Positive didn't pen onto Deca either. So Deca's going to clip out onto Positive. He'll go down. And it just be Courage. So the aggressive push working out here for Oops. And a little bit because Elian was in reload when that first happened.
Yep, Elian got that first shot off and then reloaded straight away.
If he had those 3 shots, that could have done a lot of damage. But Oops continuing the aggression, taking out a lot of tanks in their way. And it seems like Ding just didn't get to finish off any tanks. I mean, look at the HP left on most of the players here from Oops.
Everyone's so low at the moment. Kreitz now realizes he can perhaps get a shot into Mayland. Oh, it's a trap, Kreitz! They were ready for you as Mayland picks up another kill. It's all square 2-2. We're going to be going on to our 3rd map, and it's going to be really interesting to see how things go.
I think if Elian doesn't reload there, he can be such a major factor in that round. Now he had to sit there throughout his entire reload, watching how his teammates just took a lot of damage with those 3 shots. That's 1.2 he was missing out on. He's going to be kicking himself that he reloaded there. I really think so. And then he traded badly in the middle. They lost Hulknick there as well. If Hulknick got back into the courtyard, perhaps,
yeah,
that would be different. But like this, just again, good play from Oops, but a few misplays from Ding, costing them severely, like really severely in this case.
I felt really bad for Hulknick when you saw him like start to back off from Miloš. Just went bunk into the wreckage of Elian behind him, and Miloš could just clip out quite happily. Really nice play though from Mayland as well. He bounced that first shot onto Shockish, then realised he had a tank behind him to shoot at. It was a brilliant play. Mary actually coming top damage there in his 50B with 8 shots. I mean, not a lot of teams, not a lot of tanks actually got more than 2 clips off.
Yeah, nice amount of damage here from the 50 Bs from Oops, positive there. Also pretty good in the FV. I mean, 2.2. It's kind of sad that he didn't connect onto Deja. We would want to see that. Shock is also decent, but second page is going to be more of an issue for the boys from Ding, especially. I think Elian really didn't get his foothold into this round.
Yes, indeed. Now, Runeberg is going to be the next round.
Elian is literally the difference between winning this round and losing this round.
Yeah.
Because if he gets those 3 shots off, because you could see the damage that he could have went to help Meritorious, for example. He could have went to help over there. Could have went to help Shockish. They could have.
Look at Sealance this time. 1 shot, 1,565 damage.
Nice.
What a difference when that thing connects.
He hit Elian, I think, even. So yeah, if Elian keeps those 3 shots, he goes around, goes help Meritorious, perhaps, or even goes clip onto Milosh or anybody. I think it becomes really hard for Oops to win that. Really, really hard.
Yep. But instead, now we have it all square 2-2. We're going to be going into Runeberg. Now, we have seen some really cheeky tactics on Runeberg recently. We've seen some really impressive plays around the top cap with tanks being used as blocks. And we've seen some throws in that area as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see some mouses on here.
Mouse!
We already saw Ding play with mouses. And I think we'll see it again.
Well, let's have a look at the lineups, Daki, and see if your predictions are right, or did you have a sneaky glance at your keyboard?
And my keyboard? I don't know. The lineups weren't written on my keyboard.
Well, I don't know how a computer works. Now, double mouse and a Scorpion. Scorpion
Yeah, they've
wins.
actually used this before, the double mouse and Scorpion. 4 batches behind it. They can go anywhere, really, with the mouses even. We've seen it. We've seen mouses go north. We've seen mouses go middle. We've seen mouses go south. It depends what they want. You kind of know the Scorpion's gonna be in the middle road, most likely, because on that ramp where you can do 1 to however many shots of damage. And Oops, they have to hold on.
Well, let's jump into action here. It's all square Runeberg between Oops and Ding. Who's going to take the lead? Let's find out here on Runeberg.
Runeberg, a mixed type map. The defending team starts the battle on the green, and the attacking team starts at the centre square of the town. Bases are located quite far from each other. Both bases are better controlled from the village when playing a heavy setup. It's better to attack the first base through the top direction with the help of several well-armoured heavy tanks. For the attack on the second base, it's better to use a more mobile setup and either play through the centre or split forces. In general, the map is not easy to play on. Teams often use blind shots and risky shifting of the forces from one flank to another.
Now, how's this one going to go? We have Oops, red team defending, Ding, blue team attacking, and Daki, what are Ding doing right now?
I guess they're just setting up the mouses in the beginning of the game to shoot down the middle as positives like, what's up, what are you doing, Elian? Hello? But yeah, Shokish and Mary are just blind firing towards the middle. Milosh is going to play over there, trying to spot through the bushes if he can see anything, perhaps even connect onto the mouse, but most likely not. So there's blind fire going on. Well, the Batchat in K7-8, that's Breakneck, going to be controlling the south. Going to be spotting out any rotation from Oops. He sees the dead zombie, gets spotted in return. So far the tactic from Ding is just have control, play around with it, see what we can see what we can find out about the setup from Oops. Breakneck getting shot at by 50 Bs gives them the information they are there, but 50 Bs can rotate very quickly. He now needs to back off because Dead Zone has the superior angle where he can spot them. He cannot get back into the bush, and it's looking like at one point it's going to be an A line with the F line split from the mouses.
So the idea is to push the Batchats up towards base 1 and send the mouses down the middle road as a distraction.
Possibly, but Milosh will spot them very early. That's the issue right now. He's holding a nice angle here against those mouses, and he's already done 1 shot of damage towards one of them.
Mary and his mouse has taken a shot. Nobody in Oops has yet to take a shot, but one will probably happen right now because that's how Caster Curse works.
You can see the mouses were moving around, so they get spotted as late as they possibly can, and they're going to split across with the Batchas. If they can get Spoink, if they can get Milosh quickly, the thing is here, Milosh is going to be in trouble because as soon as these Batchats cross over, once they cross through the A line and Milosh is still there, he'll die. He'll pretty much 100% die unless he pushes into the mouses.
Yep. So Shockish is leading the charge. He's the one with the most HP. Shots already come out into him from Silence and Milosh. Milosh took damage now. In return for that, Mouse has gone up to a hold down position. Silence bouncing 2 shots now into the Mouses. Now would be a perfect time to track one of them if they could. But there's going to be a push coming in now. Daki, what do you see?
I think we should listen with Ding and see how they're going to approach this one.
Okay, let's listen into Ding's team speak.
На катке Милош. Без ремки Милош.
Еще раз, стоит, без
Он без двух. Милош без
Минус 2.
Минус Б.
По бату мне 5.
Бат минус 2.
Минус 2.
И Бэшка отсюда стреляет еще.
Приезжайте вот это забирайте быстрее. Надо баты забрать.
На катке бат, на катке без ремки.
Бэшка минус 1 on me.
13 нужно убить.
13.
Да по бату стрелять, по
Бата,
бату.
бата, бата заберите сейчас, не поставляйте здесь под бата, под центр. Просто спокойно бата пусть заберут.
Да,
маус. Толкай.
На катке стоит. 54 стреляет.
113 я заберу через 4.
Отсюда стреляет,
заберу
Бэха минус 2.
Лавкап стоит.
Минус 3, Бэха.
Я встану, не, вот это все хорошо.
Минус 4,
Все, минус 4.
дай вперед.
Бэшку одну, бат одного верните вот сюда вот.
Мерин, го налево, Мерин, налево.
Поехали.
Можешь стрелять, конечно.
54, дай, 54, дай.
Да, сейчас там.
Давай.
Флешку берем.
We can come.
Хорош. Я викинг Камила.
Закрою, давай закрою.
Камила, по Камилу.
Все, поставляйте это, все, убивайте и все. Я в сету.
По Камилу.
От этих, от
Нет,
этих.
Да,
вперед, едь, вперед, что как
да, я
вперед, там
все нормально.
Вперед, едь, вперед.
Назад, да? По ФВХе, давай.
And very, very nicely done there from Ding. Being able to completely outplay Oops with that rotation, Daki. Explain how that went down.
That was just like I don't know why Oops didn't seem prepared for that. They really didn't seem set up to deal with it whatsoever. It has been a it has been a tactic that has been used before. Even Ding has done it. Mouse is down. I can't ignore that, you know. The mouse
TeamSpeak might have been open a little bit longer.
No, it wasn't. Mouse is down the middle. Managed to shoot the 113 who was running away. I did say Miloš from that position. He did initial damage, right? That's nice. But after that, once the mouses came down the middle, he had to run away. He got dragged. He lost his repair kit. You could hear him say minus remki, means no repair kit. He has no repair kit left. And he was stuck behind that fountain. The bot shots crossed over. Spoink can't hold that position because he gets, you know, if he runs away, he gets shot by the mouses. He stays there. He gets shot by the bot shots, and he just went down instantly. And then the mouses holding the middle didn't even take that much damage to be mouses. Then there was Spoink was dead. Miloš was dead. Complete north side of the map was lost. There was 2 tanks on the cap. Ilian could have driven on there on any point, which he did eventually when he was on reload. He could have done it earlier, but the game was already won. And they just capped it out easy.
Let's have a look at the post-battle stats.
Shockish is having. I might put him on my
thinking to myself
team.
as well. Like Shockish is becoming a bit of a dark horse with damage here. Like him and Mary there in the double mouse doing the most damage there for Ding.
I just this entire setup from Oops did not seem well prepared.
They didn't seem to. I mean, the thing is you called it as it was happening. You said, "Watch this. Eileen's going to go back on cap." Now that it's happened, it's game over because there's no way to get through. And both mouses were just lined up to block it. And Dead Zone tried to go forward, got wrecked for that. And then that was it. There was absolutely no way that anyone could reset it.
Don't be disappointed with break damage, Ryan, because Breakneck did get 51 capture points, which contribute a lot.
The thing that was also interesting as well is, as you said as well, like. With the 2 mouse, you pretty much know the 2 mouse are going to go down middle.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
It could be a cap tactic, potentially, with using a block.
We've seen mouses go towards the south as well, but even for the south push, the setup from Oops wasn't that great. I mean, I'm not certain why they left a bat shot just to spot the A-line, especially when they spotted the mouses in the beginning, in the middle, and they forced Breakneck out of position. Dead Zone could have possibly collected more info in the south by going a little bit more aggressive and spotted the mouse if they come south, and then they can pretty much put all the 50 Bs ready in the north or anywhere realistically to counter out the mouses. It just didn't seem that well,
It just didn't seem ready for it at
No.
all, really, to be honest. It was more of an outplay, more of a Oops saying, well, we're not quite.
This is bad for Oops though, because now Ding gets to defend, and Oops, let's see if they bring a CDC. I'll go.
Let's see. Yes. What's the lineup here from
Triple
Oops?
mouse.
Triple mouse.
This
So
is
they're
exactly,
okay.
This is exactly what I remember Navi today on the Russian stream against the Unique. They brought 3 mouses as well with 2 to 9 batches, but I think they had a Grilla as well.
Girl as well.
They had
okay.
a Grilla, but Oops is just going with batch shots. If they played similar to Navi, Navi played it 3 mouses going towards the cap. They put 2 on the cap with 2 tier 9 batch shots behind to shield them in the cap. But Ding, they should suspect this. They should be able to counter this. You know what's the thing is about this lineup? You know what's the thing is about this lineup? You can still cross over the AB line. Like you can cross over the AB line, but at least one time.
Well, let's jump into the battle and see, are Ding going to go ahead onto match point, and are Oops potentially heading for yet another loss? Or is it going to be
Just
much
remember
more
what I
crazier?
said. If they played like Navi, nobody says they have to play it like that, then they're not. So
Well, I was thinking when you said that, it's more likely that Ding have scrimmed against Navi. So Ding would know how to counter that.
well, they're doing something. I want to see how this works out. I want to see where these batches go in the south. If they go aggressive, I think they're just going to hold and try and counter zero line. I'd be surprised if they go super aggressive. I don't see it happening. No, they're going to stop and they're going to make a trap. Okay. So I guess they want to bait Ding into making a commitment. Or just, no, actually, they're just waiting for the mouses to cross pretty much the middle and then for the batches to go on towards the zero line. But I think Ding might do more damage than Oops did last time.
Different caliber of fire coming at them as Silence is taking a pummeling there. Breakneck clipped into him, has moved back. He took a shot in return for that. Now, Silence has been focused at the moment. Nobody else from Ding is wanting to shoot at
But they're all
Deca.
on reload, and Positive now needs to hold with none of his tanks being able to help him. He's going to try and run. Correct decision.
Positive backing off of your Spoink, pushing up into this area. Spoink stop. Dead Zone coming over. Mailan coming over as well. Can they cut off Positive? It doesn't look like it's going to make it. Dead Zone actually takes 2 shots in the face from Positive, who gets saved. Dead Zone wants to push again. He takes a 3rd shot for nothing in return. Dead Zone hasn't even fired yet. Positive might get another shot into him at the moment. Dead Zone gets killed by Hulknick. That is a Tomoza trade 100%.
Beautiful play there from Positive, though. You can see sometimes, like, he's not shined this season, but that was beautiful. Running away at the correct time. The thing what they Oops tried to achieve here. I mean, this round is over. It's completely done. It's over. They're not going to win this. Point goes down. They have already lost Silence. They have 2 mouses. This round is over.
Yep.
It's pretty much just waiting for them to be done.
Oops are down a mouse. They're down a Batchat 25 when their main damage dealers are down a tier 9 Batchat. It didn't even get a shot off. Now in return, Ding have lost Alien in the 1-1-3, but it doesn't matter at the moment because it's 4 on 6. Hulknick might go down here. He's taking absolute pummeling at the moment, but look at this.
Survive.
Mary is going off against Camille. Mary's going to clip him out as well. Camille's only got 2 shots left in him to survive on.
In the meantime, Chris is just bullying Milosh in the north with HE ammunition.
Hulknick picks up with a kill here on Camille. Shockish is still sitting on full health in the FE. Karitz is still sitting full health in his T49.
Actually, Karitz, does he have the small gun? I didn't even check. It seems like he does because he has DPM.
Deca goes down here. Sorry,
Yeah,
so
he has the
Milosh,
small gun. He has this, look how annoying this is.
Yeah.
The small gun.
just constantly just chipping away at him, yeah. Karitz gets the kill on Deca. Pew, pew, pew.
It's the small gun. It's the DPM gun. It wasn't the big one.
Yeah.
But we could all see what happened there. The tactic from Oops was you send the 2 mouses down the middle to take all the shots, which they did. Like, they won a force.
Silence did a good job at taking shots.
I mean, the damage taken on the mouse is irrelevant most of the time, but what they forced is the Ding tanks all to be on reload. Every single one of them was on reload. All the Clippers were on reload. Positive spotted out the start rotation, and he started running instantly. Where some players would stay and fight, he just booked it. He just booked it. That is the crucial thing. There's 1 or 2 seconds slower. If he's 1 or 2 seconds slower, he could be tracked on the way out, for example. He just ran at the exact perfect time. He got out of there. He actually got a nice amount of damage onto the dead zone.
He did brilliant. Before he even got behind that first building,
really
2 shots off into dead
zone's face. That really did ruin the tactic from Oops as well. Positive. All they wanted to do is grab zero line and kill the guy there, and they didn't. They didn't.
Bit of an outplay once again there from Ding against Oops. Top 4 damage dealers all coming in from Ding. Shockish, one of the top 2 again, Daki.
Yeah.
Mary as well has actually been doing a good sum of
Mary's
damage.
hit or miss. Shockish more consistent throughout the... He's actually, I think, the second on points for Ding at this moment in time. He's expensive though. He's really expensive.
Yes.
So there's that.
I mean, Deadzone didn't even get a shot off in that entire thing.
Milosh never got to shoot at anything. What he wants to do is what the mouse in the north is meant for, at least what it looked like. The two mouses in the middle take the little city, right? The bad shots take the zero line, and then Milosh does the damage when they spot them in the back of the houses. Because he has all this HP, he would be able to get like 3-4 shots when they get spotted because of the different angle. But they never got that far. Their tactic got ruined before they had zero line control. So he was a non-factor in this round.
Yep, so now Ding sitting on match point 4-2. We're going to go to our next map, which is going to be Steps, Daki. Not 100% safe for Ding here.
So Ding is defending first. Well, I think my 5-3 prediction might be a 5-2 unless Oops can surprise us, because Ding on Steps defense. Let's just grab the steps, just grab the stats here. 100%.
100.
And to counter that, Oops currently have a grand total of 0% on
Potato, as Mojo would say.
Potato percent on the attack.
As Mojo would say.
So this is not promising for Oops. I mean, seems like they're not just ready yet.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the lineups and see the tanks being brought. Can we get surprises? No.
Well,
STRV.
Well, no, it's not really a surprise.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've seen it before.
I've seen it before, and it's been very popular on the NA region.
Annihilator's done a truck ton of damage playing it before.
Yeah, but it was on the defense, not on the attack.
No, on the attack. That's a fair point. On
so,
the attack, okay.
And it's been very popular in the NA region, actually. A lot of teams have used it. The thing about this is, remember when Mojo was like the TD, the Swedish TD, it's impossible to sit here and not get spotted. It is possible. And there's SDRV on that cap circle. You pretty much have to drive against him, like you would say.
Have to drive into him, pretty much.
So he can actually sit on that cap circle, bounce some shots, and
nobody will know that he's where they're aiming at.
Or you would see the shell disappear.
Okay, well, let's jump into the battle and see if that's going to happen here. It is 4-2, Ding leading Oops. We're going to go to Steps. Okay, now, when you and Mojo were having this discussion yesterday, Daki, about the spotting value of the S-Tank, I think someone in chat said it's something like 178.
Yeah, something ridiculous, but they're not going for that. It's more of a bait than anything. And I'd like to show Milosh in his IS-7, because I kept talking about equipment on Steps in the previous round, if you remember, like not in the previous matchup. If you see Milosh, then you will see everything I mean, because that IS-7 of Milosh has binoculars on his tank, and he should be able to spot the RU if he tries to shoot. So perhaps the STRV will try to counter him because of the ridiculous accuracy and APCR gold ammo.
Possibly, yes. Now, Algo is pushing forward up to get behind the rocks at the moment. And they've seen Breakneck. They know we're positive as well. They both shoot across. Oh, look at that gun line going into Karitz. Karitz takes a truck ton of damage. He is down to one shot on 350. That was a nice fire line there from Oops. They were ready for it.
That was unnecessary for Karitz to commit there. I mean, he didn't have to shoot at Algo. It's a personal misplay. We saw him carried around before, but Algo in return doesn't fare much better. And now Deja here spots a break, but what I was saying, Milosh will still have those binos if he can get onto the cap at one point, where I think Oops should take what they have right now and get out, because I just don't feel like this is going to be a trade they can take. I mean, there's a Crown Wagon there, there's a 113 there. The 103 from Silence is on a little bit of an elevated terrain there on towards the zero line. There's a little bit of a plateau you can sit on. But even him, he will not get those great connections. I mean, it's still a 113 turret. It's still a Kranwagen turret. The Kranwagen turret, like, it's impossible almost. So, okay, he gets a nice connection onto Meritorious as I say that, but they're coming closer now, so it will make it even harder.
Yeah, they're pushing in at the moment. It looks like they want to fight, actually. This looks like a movement en masse here from Ding. Now, Oops are going to have to make sure that they focus their targets, because Ding are pushing the fight here. They're trying to push Oops out of position. I think this might be where things get decided here, Daki.
Let's see if they go aggressive, if they can do it effectively. Hoknik is the first one going in, and he should take a lot of damage.
A lot of damage going there onto Hulknik. Alien taking some now as well. Hulknik's managed to get himself safe behind some cover. Shockish taking damage, quite a lot actually. Alien is taking a lot of damage now. In return on Oops, we see Dead Zone taking damage. Milosh actually gets the kill on Hulknik. So Ding are the first team to lose a tank. They've lost one of their bad chats, their main damage dealers at the moment. Every tank pretty much on the board here, other than Silence, is taking damage. It's going in Oops' favour at the moment. Ding are getting wrecked, but they're on reload. This is absolutely vital right now. All the autoloaders are on reload, and Oops need to back off.
All the other loaders from Ding are on reload, and Silence and the STRV needs to do a ton now. Shockish will come off reload now, and now I think these bad shots from Oops are just going to start falling one by one.
Shockish now on a free farm. He gets one kill and then he gets a shot on Dead Zone as he's backing off. Now, Sealance, they know where he is. Shockish is going to try and get shots into him. He misses with one there. Dead Zone comes back down. They have Mary right in there as well with a single shooter. Mary doesn't have the limits of an autoloader. He doesn't have a long reload. He can just get in there and trade. But how's this going to go, Daki?
You have to say it like it is almost. It's looking not good whatsoever for Oops. Camille's now going to come in with the HP, but he's going to get traded down to a one-shot for this. At least he should. He might get Meritorious, but he should go one-shot for this, and then everybody will be one-shot from Oops.
Breakneck coming around the back here as well. Positive coming around the back here as well. You can see tanks trading for each other at the moment.
Wasn't worth it.
Ding have so many tanks on low health at the moment. Shockish and Alien are on a one-shot. Milan, Dead Zone, and Algo in return, however, on Oops are on a dead shot. Sealance, he has all the HP, but he's not in the fight. He needs to get in there, but he doesn't have the mobility to do it. That's the problem. He needs to line up shots and take them.
Ooh,
good connection on Breakneck there.
Overextending there. He needs to be careful. They need to make Koritz work onto that that RU251 needs to work onto the 103B right now.
So the problem is the Sealance needs to come out of siege mode, go back into siege mode to get the accuracy. Trying to shoot on the move with that thing when it's not in siege mode is horrible. He clips into, he rams Mainland. That could have been really dangerous here. It could have killed him.
Lift your gun. Lift your gun. Shockish is forgetting one vital aspect of the Kranwagen.
Sealance gets the kill on Shockish. Misplay there. Individual 100%.
Yes, and now Breakneck is in a tough position here. He's been between two tanks, but still Silence, he took so much for it to get there. And again, still the fact remains, when he wants to do something, he has to get into siege mode. He still has to get into siege mode. Algo actually blind shot Alien.
Algo with the kill out of nowhere on Alien, and Oops might take control back of this match. Silence takes another shot there as he tries to play in that ridge line. Breakneck might be able to get a shot on the side of him. No, look at Oops, they're cowering behind in this area. Now, who's going to make a move? Positive looks like to be the one from Ding to try and get a flank now.
Breakneck, I think Algo should be picking up soon and take down Breakneck. That should be the play. Algo should come in. I don't know what Algo is doing in E5, E4, E5. He's in E4, E5 right now. I don't know what he's doing there. He should realistically come to the ridge and trade Breakneck for him. If he kills Breakneck, then it becomes Koritz in positive versus these three tanks of Oops, which gives them the advantage back. And I think Algo, him playing there, he needed to come in much earlier and take down Breakneck.
Algo starting to move here in the middle of the road, come back to his team. Now these three tanks from Oops, his teammates are stuck behind this ridge line. They can't peek up one side because Breakneck can shoot them. They can't peek out the other way because Koritz can shoot them. They just can't move at the moment. That's the problem.
The issue is right now, Koritz finally starting up to climb up higher. That's I don't know why he wasn't much higher. I think he might actually get an angle on towards them. The thing is, like Algo, even if they push an Algo first, they're still going to lose somebody to Koritz. Whoa! What a shot!
Koritz with a shot in the dead zone. That was a snapshot almost. You saw just a sliver of the tank there on his targeting reticle, and he's able to get a shot. Algo now coming in as well. But Positive is able to see him, and Koritz from that sniper's perch up top is now winning this for his team. Can he get one onto Milan now? He's trying to get outlines of tanks. As soon as he sees one, he's going to shoot. But it looks like this one's going to go to Ding. It looks like Ding are going to take this 5-2. And they're going to take the map, they're going to take the round, and they're going to take the match.
Positive now kills Mailand and Break. Oh, just about misses Silence. But Koritz is looking to do even more. There we go, another connection from him. He might actually get to close as well.
Koritz, one more shot. He does it. Koritz, man of the match for his team. He took a lot of damage here at the start, but what a turnaround.
Yeah, but still going to stand with my point that Algo should have driven, when he kills Vilian, he should have driven across the middle, straight towards the dune. So this is Breakneck, this is the dune. He should have peeked up on the dune, kills Break. Koritz is naturally going to kill him, right? Most of the time, 90% of the time, Koritz is going to kill him, right? But then they have two bad shots and an STRV that they can use to rotate. And Ding will only have what left? What will they have left? Positive and Kuric.
Yeah.
What can Oops do? They can put the STRV on the cap, spot one flank with one bad shot, and spot the other flank with the other bad shot. And I think Algo being out of the fight for so long, like being in the middle road for no reason whatsoever, I think he needed to come in and sacrifice himself to kill Breakneck, not drive around the corner first on the bottom side, because then Kuric will still
get it, yeah.
Kuric will still kill the second guy that comes around. He'd still die. Algo should have come in, kill Breakneck, and then those guys can get out of there. Yeah. The crossing from Ding was actually correct, but the Kranwagen and Hulk, they actually locked down that side by doing that. They took a lot of damage for it, but then all of the tanks from Oops were stuck behind that little mountain there. And yes, Silence did a nice amount of damage here, but you could see the limitations of the STRV.
Yeah, he was in the battle for so long, being able to do that damage as well. But I mean, the tanks couldn't move because Breakneck was keeping them spotted for Kuric, so they couldn't. They had to get rid of Breakneck,
Yeah, but the
they
thing
were
is,
just stuck.
Kuric didn't climb until like the last 30 seconds that we saw it. If Algo had 2 minutes, I think, before that to make a move, Kuric only climbed like at the last part. We literally saw him climb on screen. That was like after 1 or 2 minutes of not doing anything. And that is the time Algo should have committed. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that.
Oh, Milosh.
And Milosh got double-tracked. He tried to peek over, and Breakneck, like, single-handedly, I think, killed him with Meritorious. So there was that. But yeah, Oops could have won this round. I think Algo was the deciding factor almost in this. And yeah, but the move from Ding was correct. And I think this would have been easier again if Kuric doesn't make that initial peak.
Now, we said big individual misplay for Shockish there in the Kranwagen. Can you explain that one?
No, it wasn't a misplay. Oh, that one, yeah. The crossing over was fine because they locked Oops down, but the Kranwagen has these two cupolas left and right. If you lift your gun, the front of the turret is just an armor block.
Yeah,
it's just an armor.
It's a fixed slope.
It's fixed armor. It's just armor. The turret behind it moves, like the gun moves and the turret behind it. Now, if you lift your gun up in the air, then the weak spots go.
Because they're behind.
You might be able to penetrate him under the gun then, but it'd still be
crazy shot if he does it.
It'd still be more. It'd still be more
a harder shot to make.
Yeah, it'd still be better than exposing the cupolas.
And that could have changed it, but it doesn't matter because in the end, the win does go to Ding, and sadly, Oops. I mean, they're on another loss here, but you know, there's always more matches, always more rounds to go, and other teams.
Runeberg did it for Oops, I think. After losing those 2 rounds on Runeberg, you put yourself in a really tough position coming into steps, especially when you have to attack first. It isn't. You know, you're already nervous because you're 2 rounds down, you have to attack on steps, it's a close round, you might not make all the right decisions, which they didn't. And yeah, it is what it is.
Yep, so each team won the attacking round, Prokhorovka, then each team won the defending
round, and then
Runeberg
2-0 in favor of Ding, and then Ding picking up the win on defense.
Yep. So unfortunate, Oops, you kind of held it out together there at the start, but then it just kind of didn't go your way. A little bit of mistakes. I mean, outplayed.
Some rounds were close though.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, Runeberg, it didn't play well at all.
Runeberg did not look good for them whatsoever. That's the map they're going to have to work on a lot more because Ding seemed miles ahead of them on that one. It's just like it is. It wasn't close on either of the 2 rounds. Like Ding full control on Runeberg.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Now, predictions for top damage.
Shockish.
Shockish was doing quite a lot. Positive maybe as well.
Mayland and Meritorious.
Okay, but I don't think we actually have post-match stats. Gremlins again in the system. But them's the breaks. Maybe we'll get that information later on, but well, that's just how it happens. Now, Ding, are they now top of the league or is it Gohard? Gohard still remain top?
Gohard should remain top because they were ahead of Ding. No, weren't they tied with Ding coming into the day?
I honestly can't remember.
I think they were, I'm like fairly certain they were tied with Ding coming into today. I think.
Because Kasna were in the lead by only 1 point.
Kasna was in the lead, then it was Gohard, and then it was Ding, I think.
And Gohard haven't beaten Ding yet. So if it was to go head to head.
I think it should be Gohard, Ding, Kasna.
Gohard have 6 wins and Ding have 5 wins. So it should be Gohard.
I think they'll be tight. I'm not sure. We'll see when we get to the standings part.
We'll see when we get to the standings. And we still got to look forward to tomorrow's matches as well. So let's have a look at the standings now, and that the confusion will be gone.
So
same points.
Same points. So I did say they were going to be tied, right?
Go hard.
Yeah, I said they were tied. I said they were tied. Yeah, but it's tiebreakers and such. Look at the tiebreaker. Ding has 2 tiebreaker losses, and Go Hard has 1 tiebreaker win.
My bad.
So 2 tiebreaker losses equals 1 tiebreaker win, because 1 plus 1 equals 2.
Now, Oops still have a game in hand. Go Hard could still go further ahead of Ding. However,
I mean,
Go Hard could go on
has
to
2
20
games
points.
in hand compared to teams such as Ding, Isuba, Gunrunners, the teams that have played 9 times already. So
yeah, so I mean, it's super important for Oops to start
when everybody
winning.
has played 8 times, Oops could be on 11 points, which would pretty much put them still within within 5 points of each other.
Yeah, everything's still super close at the moment. Now, that was the matches for today. We just saw Go Hard beating Isuba, and now we've just saw Ding beating Oops. But we have matches tomorrow as well.
Really?
Yes. And it's going to be you and Mr. Mojo. Now, we're going to have to... have to wake up Mojo. I don't know if it's a good idea. But tomorrow, he is going to cast with you Go Hard Oops.
I'm looking forward to that one. Go Hard Oops.
Utopia Kazna. Utopia Kazna as well. Kazna, you know, they're going to be...
I think both of these matches have either... depending on the way teams show up, because we've seen from Oops, sometimes they're on point, sometimes they're just not there. And we have seen the same thing from Utopia. Sometimes they're really, really good, but sometimes they just don't seem to show up into the match. And if what I was going to say, if Oops show up, and if Utopia show up, then I think it's going to be close matches, which you can't call.
I think it's going to be Go Hard versus... I think it's going to be Go Hard and Utopia. I think they're going to be winning. Go Hard just seem really strong right now. Go Hard are on a roll. I think
it could still be close.
They're going to keep going.
It was close versus Isuba today.
Yeah, and to be fair, I mean, Oops Ding was close up until Runeberg, and Runeberg just completely fell to pieces, and Ding were able to take a 2-round lead there. So, again, it kind of doesn't matter with the predictions, because hey, who knows who can predict this league? It's just to trying to predict it right now, to be honest. I think only Mojo is the one who can perhaps maybe bring out some predictions. He was able to predict potential blind fire or counter RT in that match yesterday when we saw Diplomat getting erased on mines.
Yeah, but then he didn't manage to call out the blind fire on Ghost Town, or the fact that the Swedish DD wouldn't get spotted. So he's not right all the time.
Mojo does say his crystal ball's not 100% reliable.
That's because it's already a little bit old.
Oh, walking a fine line there, Daki. Okay. Now, for the quest winner, if people have been participating in doing the quests, just to let you guys know that will be announced on our Facebook page. So go over to our Facebook page to find out for the winner there. If you don't win, don't panic. There's always a chance to win tomorrow. I hope you guys have been nice in chat.
If not tomorrow, then...
another day, because we have a tank to give away on every stream. So chill. It's a chance to win a tank.
Chill, bruh.
Chill. Now, Daki, final thoughts?
Final thought, Oops, improving, I think. Not quite ready yet. Go Hard showing that they are doing really well, but also showing that they shouldn't be overconfident because they're not there yet. They're not invincible, they're not unbeatable. And it's not because you're 3-0 up over a team, it's not over. If that's anything this week has proven so far, 3-0, 4-0, doesn't matter.
4-0 for sure, yep. Kazna crew, man. They're gonna love the fact that they were able to do that against Ding when they went to reverse
they lost
sweep them.
against Gunrunners, so.
But against Gunrunners, it was really unfortunate. But hey, I mean, there's still plenty more games in the season to come. You guys have been fantastic. Thanks very much for sticking around. We will see you tomorrow at 7 PM CET for more matches. Thanks, and see you later.